Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else, to the first episode of D&Dorks Hearts of Horror, a series of charity one-shots that we are doing. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I guess before I say anything else, I need to just acknowledge the fact...
already done.
And Nathan's... hey, establish that... You know what, Nathan? I'll go ahead and I'll skip to the announcement I was going to say second because of that. Hey, everybody, thank you all for being here, especially new people. I'm sure there's a lot of you because there's like 300 people here already. First thing I was going to say, for anyone who's not familiar with our show, hi, welcome to the D&Dorks. We are a bunch of nerds who play TTRPGs together and also do various other content. We've been doing this for a while. We've been doing it for a couple years now. We have a campaign called Power Play running on our YouTube channel. This is the first time we've actually done a Twitch live in a while because I wanted to set up this charity thing. So bear with us as there will probably be tech errors in mind, such as Nathan's camera breaking. Thank you, Nathan, for taking the pressure off of me as the guy actually running the stream by having the first tech error.
As soon as the gun fired for the race.
And hey, now it's been established. But getting back on track, again, thank you everyone for being here. Cast members, how is everybody feeling? We have a lot of regulars here today, and one notably new face. How's everyone doing?
Hello. I don't know what I'm doing. All this is so confusing. I've been learning. I feel confident I can follow everyone else around and make shitty jokes.
And that's honestly all it takes.
I was about to say, yeah, you know what? From that alone, my confidence in you has tripled. Following people around and making shitty jokes is the core of Dungeons and Dragons. And we will get into the Dungeons and Dragons itself fairly quickly. But of course, this is a charity event. So let's talk about that stuff first. As I say this, once again, this is the first time we're doing this live. This is the first time I've set up a charity thing live. If something isn't working and you guys happen to notice it, please, by all means, let me know. But for this stream and for the next 3 Fridays in October, we are working with a group called the Heart Foundation, which raises money for heart disease research. This is a group that I have worked with in the past. This is a cause that is very close to me specifically. If you've been in my community for a while, you know why. But we are going to be working with them for a while. I'm already seeing donations. I'm already seeing $250 of donations coming in. So Skippy, thank you so much for starting things off right. That is going to be fantastic. Let me actually get my dashboard up here. There we go. Perfect. Our goal for this event, as you can see on the screen, that did update. Thank God, that did update. Our goal is $5,000. That is the goal for the whole month. So hopefully, I'm not planning on getting that much today. If we can, cool, let's shoot for it, because why not? But 5,000 is the goal for the entire month. And there are going to be incentives, of course, because this is a Dungeons and Dragons charity event specifically. And what is a D&D charity event without allowing the audience to fuck with everybody? So the ones that I have set up currently, which are subject to change because, as I've said so many times already, I've never done this before. First off, there is a reward. If you look in the incentives for the Tiltify, which you can find going through a link in the chat, you can find the QR code on screen, below in the Twitch panel, etc., etc. There is a special dice modifier that I'm going to be using, which I have somewhat cheekily named the Heart of the Dice. Now, when we start the episode, I'm going to set a little 10-minute timer on my phone. And essentially, how this is going to work is every 10 minutes, the next dice roll, be that by the players or by me, is going to have the Heart of the Dice modifier applied to it. The Heart of the Dice modifier is chosen by you guys for roughly every $10 of donation. You can go through and select that when you are doing the donations. That can either add one or subtract one from the modifier. So you can either benefit the roll or you can say screw everybody and subtract from the roll. My hope here, as someone who has been a DM for a long time and a Twitch streamer for a decent amount of time, is that I'm hoping I can take the group of Twitch viewers who like to support the people playing and the group of Twitch viewers who have nothing but spite for the people playing and hopefully put you into something of a civil war against each other so that the rolls and the modifiers balance each other out. And the more you donate to the Heart Foundation, then the more you can win for your side and either screw people over or give them advantages. You will see how that actually plays out in practice as we go. I've got my little dashboard here tracking it. And there's some other incentives as well on the page. The last one that I will mention before we hop into the episode proper is we do have milestone goals set up that will affect the next one shot of the episode. For every $100 that we raise today, that is going to add 1 to the character level that everybody will be playing next week. We'll have a new cast, new episodes, new fun stuff. And if we manage to get over $2,000, that goes over D&D max level, and I believe the modifier just says things get crazy from there. I have plans. You're going to get to see what they are if we hit the fundraising goal. So, is everybody, both in the call and in the chat and everything, clear on how the fundraising is going to work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Again, we've already got a huge start to that, which I very, very, very much appreciate. So, with that in mind, let's begin our episode. We're going to start with a very, very classic Dungeons & Dragons scene, right? This is the first of our 4 one-shots. They're going to get crazier as things go on, but we got to start at a normal baseline. It's also Finn's first time playing. We have to give a normal, regular starting place. No horror present here. So therefore, all of your characters, in the most traditional fashion possible, are going to begin in a tavern. It's a very nice morning. The birds are singing outside. The sun is shining through the sky. The patrons of this tavern are laughing and talking amongst themselves. And at a table in the corner of this tavern, we see our 4 party members, who you will shortly be introduced to, all sitting there over a nice hearty breakfast laid out in front of them. There is, of course, one tiny twist to this. None of you have absolutely any idea how on earth you got here. So with that, Jess, you want to start us off by introducing your character? We will go around clockwise, as we usually do.
Yeah, okay, so my character's name is Miriam Bellwater. She is mostly human. Excuse me. And if you were to, look closely, you'd see that she has a pair of pink dog ears. And she is so pink. Like, I imagine in a fantasy setting, pink is not the color that you're seeing very often. She is so pink. I am cosplaying my character right now. This is the pink overalls over the white shirt. Not your usual adventuring attire, pink headband, everything. She would tell you, her mom was a werewolf, so she's a little bit werewolf, hence the dog ears, but she's clearly dyed that fur pink. Like, it's a lot just looking at her.
All right. And what class is Miriam, just for everybody's notes?
Miriam is a ranger.
A ranger. All right. Perfect. Moving on to our second player going around the clock, Mike.
If you follow your gaze to the next seat over, you will see the wall of the tavern. And if you look down a little bit, you will see Shiv Ridley, the halfling fighter. Very much in contrast to Miriam. She's dressed in all black and gives the vibe that the only thing she wants you to know is that she's so cool. she's whittling. But if you look closely at what she's whittling, she doesn't seem to know how to whittle. She's just taking a knife to a piece of wood and going at it, going to town. And with very wide eyes kind of looking at the other people around the table. Like, this is fine. This is chill.
So normal.
Very different scenes so far. Moving on to number 3, Nathan.
Yeah. Panning over even farther, the hypothetical camera becomes consumed by the massive body of a giant man. Their druid name, because I'll be playing a druid, is something along the lines of a stream going through a forest untouched by man as a doe drinks from the bayside. But for all intents and purposes, he goes by Patty. Hulking mass of a guy. Elf ears. And big, burly, white beard. Doesn't seem too concerned about being here. Sees food. And how bad could that be? He's got like a little staff and a lantern with a light that never goes out. And he just sets that down and starts grubbing.
Okay, perfect. Very ominous little lantern tease there, but I guess we'll see how that plays out. And finally, our newcomer to the show, Finn. Just describe what your character looks like, their general vibe, and then what race and class you are.
Okay, so how I imagine this. My guy's a wood elf. He's named Elfin. He's got long hair. You got to imagine like a grunge type of guy, right? We're gonna go with blonde, just make it not me in real life, because the rest of it is. We're gonna go with long blonde hair, maybe like the hint of he tried eyeliner once, but maybe didn't like it, rubbed it off. It didn't work for him. He's got his feet up on a bench. It just exudes I smoke a pack a day type of attitude. Just a dick. Just nothing good about him. He is just pretending to know what's going on as he's just spawned in here. He's trying to make everyone else feel like he knows what's going on or just doesn't care, but he has no fucking clue.
Finn, you have the spirit of this game down perfectly already. So with our very confused party members established, everybody else in this tavern seems entirely normal. Like I said, they're just kind of going about their day, just sort of, having food, talking amongst themselves. But to start things off, everybody give me a perception check.
Oh,
now,
boy.
for Finn, as again, just going to give you the baseline stuff. Take your D20. I don't know if you're using digital or physical, but whatever that is. Roll that, and then find on your character sheet your perception modifier, and you will add that bonus to it.
Oh yeah,
and obviously,
I
if
got
you
a
have any questions
13.
about rules, please let me know.
Jesus
I got a
Christ, what
13.
a +6 to perception. How did I build this character?
I got an 18.
Nice.
23.
Okay.
16.
All right. 18 and 16 were the highest. So, both of you cleared my DC that I had in my head of 15. So, as you're kind of trying to figure out what exactly is going on, whether you
Finn
are...
clears it too.
Huh?
You got a 16, right?
Yeah.
Elfin also cleared it.
Oh, I misheard. Okay, cool. All three of you then. You hear, as you're kind of just looking around trying to figure out exactly what's going on, whether you want to clue into the other people at your table that you know or not, you hear something a little bit odd, which is that all the conversations around you seem to be repeating a little bit. Not like they're directly on a loop, but the same topics of conversation are coming up just, very, very, very rapidly, right? You'll hear at a table over, there's like a couple of farmers, and we'll be like, oh yeah, you see that big storm a couple of days ago? Oh yeah, it was real bad. A couple of my crops got destroyed, but everything was fine. The cattle were okay. And then there was that big storm a couple of days ago. It was real nasty, but in certain areas it was okay. Something is definitely unnatural in this area, though maybe that shouldn't come as much of a surprise.
I'm just grubbing, man. So I don't see any of that.
Chowing down. Hey, the food is very good for what it's worth.
I don't know if any of you all are listening around to us. You should. Gossip is always the best when it's somebody else's. But they don't really have a lot to talk about here.
They do seem boring. I've noticed that.
Very.
Well, a quiet table is a sign of good food. Are you going to finish that?
Oh, I have no idea if this is vegan, and it looks like it has gluten, so...
Then step aside. Grabs a huge turkey leg.
I mean, I don't know. They could just be like all super duper antisocial. We don't know. We don't.
I guess that's true, but it's never a bad time to make a friend. Who here looks the most fun? I'm thinking that guy. And I'm going to just not even look at who I'm pointing at. And Miriam is going to just walk over and go, "Excuse me, sir. Sir, hello. Hi, sir.
Hi!
Would you like to come join us at our table?"
The guy very quickly sort of shoots a glance at the other people at his table, and everyone just kind of goes, mm-hmm, and nods. At which point the guy stands up, big smile on his face, and goes, "Sure."
Great. Come on over. Tell us about that storm you were talking about.
Oh, real nasty storm. Real bad. The guy does like a squat. There's no chair under him. He just sort of does a sitting motion and kind of ends up in what's roughly a sit next to you. Real nasty storm.
Does this look normal to you all?
Yes.
Fun?
I've met quite a few strange fellows in my day. He's definitely not the strangest.
Should give him a chance. He's got real spirit to him. You can tell.
Fine, as long as nobody sees me sitting next to somebody who squats at the table, it's unfashionable.
Quite strong. You got some good pair of legs on you.
Thank you. I grew them myself.
As did I.
Good.
Such a good joke.
Hey, buddy. Just FYI, have you noticed that everyone at every other table seems to be having the same conversation?
The conversation is very pleasant.
Okay, this guy's weird.
Shiv is going to stand up on the table, which should put her roughly at eye level with this guy. Holds up her whittling contraption. Tell us what's going on here, or I'm gonna freaking stab you, man.
Oh!
That was an escalation.
It is a pleasant morning, scary one.
Shiv waves her very crooked, not terribly sharp shiv that she's just made. Well, you're freaking us out, man. So, like, what's the deal?
The deal is that the breakfast is good and the company is better.
I hear that.
At least he likes us.
I like you, sir. He points at Patty.
Thank you. What's your name?
Javis.
Javis. Well, my name is Patty. And I go for a handshake.
Javis sticks out a hand and just, like, doesn't really move it, but you can grasp it in your hand and do a handshake sort of in a one-sided way.
Right. Very good. Well, I've had my fill. So, nice meeting you all. And I go to leave.
Ooh, an exit.
As you stand up to leave, Javis, very large smile still plastered across his face, just turns his head to follow you out. No other part of his body moving whatsoever. Incredibly uncanny motion.
Oh,
Hope you enjoy the view, Javis. I get out. I just try to walk out the door. We did appear here, so that is not lost on me. But I enjoyed the food.
It was good food. Now, as you walk out,
know I am.
before we decide what the rest of the players are doing, as you walk out, you see an extremely idyllic little village in front of you.
Oh.
It's very nice. It seems normal enough for what it's worth. There's, still some people going around talking. There are merchants selling their wares. It's very nice. Very pretty.
I wouldn't happen to recognize this town, or maybe there's a name of the town somewhere that I might recognize.
You don't recognize it immediately. You can make me an investigation check if you want to try to find specifics.
I will certainly try.
For those of you who are not familiar with D&D, again, both in the call and in the audience, investigation is like the detective work check. Perception is trying to get a general sense of your surroundings. If you want to find something specific, investigation is the way to go.
And also, mainly for Finn, in this system, you can pretty much just ask to do anything.
That is also true.
And then Matt's job is to tell you what role that would be.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm like, with a character I've never played before, like, do I know this place? He's like, well, roll. And so here we go. 18.
18. Perfect.
Damn.
Now, it has been 10 minutes since we started, though. So that means, as per the charity, I get to go through and do a little calculation about the heart of the dice to see if you guys are going to get a change there. So let's see. All right, that's...
Patty.
Okay.
10% in the way there. Or...
Now, of course, normally, Finn, this is not something that is going to happen. So actually, in this case, the heart of the dice don't necessarily... Well, for the record, boy, chat's not in favor of the party here. Lots of minuses to that roll. But in this case, it actually isn't even going to matter that your roll got knocked down to, by my count, a 10 with that 18. Because somebody else also did the highest tier reward, which is $100, twist fate failure. So your roll is just unfortunately going to fail. Of course, you can also twist fate success, which will counteract. I'm really just playing the whole audience against each other here, but everybody seems to be colluding to make Nathan fail. Not surprising at all. You can't find shit about this town.
Hey, chat. I've done a lot of these D&D charity streams, and no one has ever managed to kill me, no matter how much they donated.
That is true, actually.
God.
That's not even a
Brendan
joke.
Lee Mulligan put money on killing me, and it didn't work. You can't do better? Try it.
Try it.
I think that should get us some donations in our favor.
It probably will, yeah. Now, as
Positive,
Patty is wandering around this village trying to find any semblance of information, let's cut back to the tavern. The rest of you see Patty walk out. Once Patty leaves, Javis's head just kind of swivels back towards you. What are you guys doing?
Well, if we're allowed to leave, I will be going to find something a little more suited to my taste. Bye.
I can make like a little thing, right? I can make like a little like illusion-y thing, I think.
Yeah, you have illusion
illusion-y
spells.
thing.
You definitely have.
I do.
I believe that I might be getting the specific subclass name wrong because I don't remember all the subclass names, but I believe you are an Archfey Warlock. So lots of illusion nonsense magic. I actually don't
Give it a
know
try.
what spells you picked. I should probably take a look at that.
I got minor illusion, baby.
Minor illusion is a
And
good spell.
one of them sounded really funny and useful. Okay. I want to do that to just create a sound that's just a straight up scream inside the tavern. I just want to see how. I want to know what the other tables react like.
Finn,
I want to see what.
you're
everything does.
100% sure you haven't played Dungeons and Dragons before.
No.
Because you could have fooled me already. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to do any sort of roll for that. Minor illusion is just something that happens when you cast that spell. There might be a resource you have to take for it, but yeah, without any warning, just a scream echoes out through the center of this tavern. And for a brief moment, all conversation in the rest of this place just goes dead silent. For note, where are you casting this? Because you can make the sound like emanate from a certain point, right? Are you making it from your table, from the center of the room, from like the doorway?
Center of the room. Somewhere I can still see, like, if everyone has turned to go look at the right place.
Perfect.
Center of the room.
Yeah, that plan works out fantastically. As for just a split second, everybody's heads turn to look directly where this scream came from. None of their bodies move, even if that means their heads are twisting at very unnatural angles. And once it has been determined that there is no threat, their heads twist back and the conversations continue.
Fuck. That's probably bad, eh?
Well, now that the room is screaming at us, I suggest we all maybe leave.
Okay, hear me out. It's just some shit I can do. Don't know. Or there's a whole backstory for it. I won't go into. You know, there's. We gotta move on. Just accept the ability I can summon screams. Anyway, they shouldn't have done that, right? At all.
Yeah, no, that was weird. We're surrounded by very weird people. I fear if we spend too much time here, we will also become weird.
Let me try to gain a little perspective on this. And
what you doing?
I'm gonna scramble up the wall to get to the highest point I can in the room to survey the area.
Are you using like an ability to do this, or are you just goblin scrabbling up there?
I'm a halfling.
A halfling,
I'm
sorry,
nimble.
sorry.
I'm
Watch it,
I'm
buddy.
a fighter, so my athletics are good. I
right.
presume
All right.
I can scramble.
Make me an athletics check. The heart of the dice
And
has
I
not
get
yet come
advantage
around,
on
so it's
those.
fine.
That's what my character sheet says. Well, thank God for advantage. One of those was a 3 on the die. The other was a 16 for 17.
A 17. Perfect. Another term for anybody in the audience who might not be familiar. What advantage in D&D means is you just roll the die twice and take the higher of the two results. What disadvantage means, if and probably when you inevitably hear that, you roll the dice twice and take the lower. So advantage is something that you want to have, just raises your odds of getting good things. And with a 17, yeah, you can definitely do that. You are able to find, like, this is like a log cabin wood building or whatever. You're able to find some handholds and scrabble up to the rafters.
Mm-hmm. And now that I'm up here, I think I'll do a perception check for... I am looking for... I guess we haven't even discussed the possibility of what could be behind the bar, so we'll still survey the patrons, looking for someone who differs from the pack, be it, oh, this person seems important, or maybe they're running things, etc., etc.
Excellent, excellent. By the way, for the people in chat who just let me know that the QR code is being covered by the alerts, I'm fixing that currently. So yeah, go ahead and make me that perception check.
Should I roll flat, or since I bothered to scramble up here, can I get an advantage on that?
Fine. I'll be nice because I'm also fixing. That'll give you another second to fix this. You can have an
I'm
advantage.
Batmaning over here.
Advantage point.
You're pitting the
whatever.
audience against us. I'm gonna take everything we can get.
Now, the audience is
And that was an 18.
Okay, yeah, you're getting very good rolls here. Once again, the Heart of the Dice is not yet triggered, so you don't have to worry about that or hope for that, whatever. You scan this crowd for anybody that looks different, and yeah, you don't find anybody who is acting different. With an 18, I will actually go ahead and give you the little bit of extra information, which is like, it's definitely notable how similar these people are acting. There is no one that seems to be in any sort of control over this, from what you can tell. Whatever this is, everyone here, except for the people at your table, is very much in on it. That much is clear.
Okay. Shiv scrambles back to the table.
All
They're
right.
both for someone important, but they're all just equally weird in the same way.
We
So I think
should,
my antisocial theory is bunk.
we should mess with them.
What are
Tell
you
us
thinking?
something
I'm pretty good at that.
I think if we convince them that something is happening, we see how they react, right? What do common folk fear?
Fire
Yeah.
is a good one. Fire's worked well for me in the past.
Oh, yes. Let's set the bar on fire and see what they do.
Wait,
Great
hold on.
plan.
Where's the trick part, though? We're just setting a fire.
We're tricking. Sorry.
Yeah, we tricked them
God.
into thinking it's like a poor people fire, but I'm rich.
Pause everything. Did you just say poor people fire?
Wow.
Miriam is terrible.
Yeah, I can
Wow.
tell.
I love it.
Like Miriam.
Redo this.
I love Miriam.
I don't. Poor people fire is the worst thing I've ever heard.
You said horror stream. I assumed she
No,
was
you
gonna
know
die.
what? You know what? I can't deny that much. I did say this was a horror stream. Also, the QR code has been fixed. Okay, continue.
Okay, you two set that up. I'm gonna look at the bar, because that's where a lot of flammable stuff is gonna be, so we can get like a rough estimate of how much damage we're about to cause right now. Okay?
That's so fair. So
Cool.
I don't have like a ton of ability to catch fire. That's not really my thing. Do you have any fire spells or like some flint? And you're willing to get your hands dirty?
Sorry, let me check my my wizard book real quick. My warlock book of spells that I have. You know, actually, I could. I'm pretty certain I could blast a hole straight through the wall. I mean, I can do that.
You have
that's
that.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand directly behind you, and I'm gonna use my mage hand cantrip to like pull a chair in front of me as if that's going to protect me from anything.
Which way are we firing this? By the way, I'm not too. I'm not too picky. In all fairness, into the crowd, outside the crowd. Then what are we
I think
doing?
we should do outside the crowd for now, but like, I like where your head's at, and I like the willingness to like do the thing.
Absolutely.
And that's the beauty of D&D. You get to choose these things.
I just fucking blast through the wall. Okay, let's go. I'm aiming this thing straight at the wall. Let's do it. What do I roll for a little blaze?
So, typically,
You know.
you have to roll if there's like odds of failure, right? If you're trying to hit something that's like smaller or moving or farther away, that's when I would make you roll. If you're trying to just point blank blast
easy.
a wall, I don't think you're gonna
Ow.
miss.
Fuck
So you're
yeah.
all good on that.
This game got way more fun for me. I thought it was a chance every time.
Oh no. Think of it very much like I said. If there's a chance of failure, then you're gonna have to roll. That's the easiest way that I can possibly explain it. Okay, so You fire this eldritch blast out of your... What, do you shoot it out of your hand, or do you have an arcane focus? But that's the kind of flavor that you get to decide.
I like to think it'd be like a cough. Just
You're,
gross.
you're sure you haven't played this fucking game before? Okay, you cough.
Spectacular.
You cast Eldritch Cough at this... at the wall. And yeah, you blast a hole straight through it. It goes right through. The people around don't really seem to react, but this is going to be a wild thing. Everyone in the tavern, so everybody but Nathan, make me a nature check. This is a wooden wall.
Let's see. If I know off the top of my head that wood has a DC or an AC of 14, does that add to it?
No.
I'm just flexing that I'm old and played a lot of D&D. Ignore me.
I got a 13.
A 13. All right.
I got,
I got
a non-natty 20.
Hey! And you're already using the
Oh.
terms. I swear you've played this
Yeah.
before and you're screwing with me. So
I got a 2.
I can
Which is a
flavor
nat-
this very easily, right? Elfin, I'm getting the sense from the vibe that you've shot a lot of things with your Eldritch Cough before, right? And you have at least some sense of maybe how those things are going to react when you shoot them. And if you shoot wood, usually it's going to like splinter and break, and maybe it's going to be like little burning bits. None of that happens with this wall. It just kind of like, it shoots and it just sort of goes through, and there's no debris. There's just a very weirdly clean looking hole in the wall.
Fuck me, that doesn't always happen.
That's more impressive than breaking it normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Did I
just,
hire you to install some windows?
yeah, that wasn't me. That doesn't normally do that. I can break the wall, but there's usually more people hurt and like stuff that just disappeared. Yep.
Oh, I see.
It's like we're in one of those nerd little video game things. My son plays it, a little piece of shit. But
Oh, on the orbs, yes.
yeah,
I've
Oh, yes.
dabbled in some candy crushing in my time.
you wouldn't get it. It's warlock shit. There's we got weird tech out there.
By the way, Patty, you definitely hear this, by the way, from
I
wherever
was
you're
gonna
wandering
say.
around. You hear just a blast ring out, a cough, a magical cough. I love that. I've played D&D
I
so
think-
many times, I've never heard anyone flavor it that way.
I think what happens is Elfin fires this eldritch cough. It
Eldritch.
blasts through the wall, and from the other side of the wall, you hear Patty go, "Ow! What?" I peek my fucking eye through the hole. Who did that? Come out and show yourself.
Should
Holy shit.
we own up to it?
I'm coming in.
He seemed nice before.
That's
I don't
true.
mind. He knows stuff is weird. He left.
Oh, that's also true. You know, stuff is weird, so we could blame the peasants. That usually works for me.
Mm. I bet you, if he was fine with just leaving. As soon as he gets back in, I just say we send him to like either behind the bar because we have no idea what's there. I think he'll go.
I think I like this. This works.
I mosey in.
I'm with you 100% of the way.
Javis, who has been sitting with you this entire time and not really reacted to anything else, sees Patty come back in and once again go, "Hi!
Not now, Javis.
All right."
Who fired that terrible projectile?
In my defense, I was trying to be helpful. I was just figuring something out. Don't worry, it's fine. No one got hurt. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I got a little bit hurt.
But you need some healing.
Maybe.
Can I just? Oh, this is a chance of failing. Can I just try and gaslight him into thinking that like that was just something else? Just
So-
some other random
I'm
explosion.
about to make your
Just in the
day,
wind.
Finn. If you consult the skills on your sheet, you'll note that there is one called Deception.
Yes.
So, yes,
I
you
wanna
will get to
use
make a deception check for that. And Nathan, you can roll insight against that. But
opposed roll.
By the way, it's been 10 minutes, so
Oh.
Shit.
whoever goes first is going to get the effect from the donations. It would be Finn
Please.
anyway.
Be my guest.
I'll go. What the fuck? Oh, it just was a letter. I got a nat 20 on the roll. Holy
Oh.
shit. I got a 20, and then I've got, what's it? Deception, +4.
Unbelievable.
That's a 24 on a nat 20, right? So here's what I'll do. Since this is something that I'm literally just making up as we're going, right? There is a rule for damage dice in Dungeons and Dragons where if you get a natural 20 on a roll where you're attacking, you double the damage dice. So what we're going to do is if you get a nat 20 on something where Heart of the Dice applies, if it's a bonus, we'll double it. If it's a negative, we'll half it. That seems fair, right? Ooh. And currently, because boy, does chat hate Twitch streamers, it was a -6 to your roll because there's been no positives. But we're going to half it to a -3, which is still going to end up at a 21. So you're doing pretty. Also, by the way, $760 already. Thank you so much, everybody in chat. That's crazy. In less than 45 minutes. Very much appreciated. If you want to screw with everybody more, you know where the donation links are. Going through the chat, QR code, Tiltify, under the stream, all the places. Anyway, Nathan, your response.
Right. So the way gaslighting works in D&D is now I have to roll insight opposed to that roll. So I have to beat a 21.
Yes.
I have a +3 to insight. So I need to get an 18.
Timer.
Thankfully, the opposition is not fucking with my rolls right now. That is a 3. So
man, that's so that's not good. So now, Finn, you do have to say something to continue this. You can't just do it. Well, this is kind of a little bit different by DMs, but for me, you don't have to say something to go along with it, but it's going to be successful because you got a 21 and you got a fucking 3.
I'm gonna be vague anyway, just for fun.
Yeah.
This guy seems old. This is me thinking in my head. This guy seems elderly, maybe easily confused. I don't think you'll need too in-depth of an explanation for this one. Oh shit. Now it's out loud. Oh shit. I have no fucking clue what you're on about, actually. That's just, you left the room and came back like that. We've been doing something else.
Are you serious?
Oh, 100%. This place is weird.
Yeah, we've been chilling.
So
I am having a good day.
Perhaps, are you saying perhaps the building attacked me?
I think maybe it did.
You know,
You could set the building on fire if you want to pay back.
I will burn this tavern to ash. I would like to cast a fire spell of some kind.
Yeah?
Shiv has
You know how
small
this
legs,
game works?
so
Go nuts, bud.
for comedic, Shiv has small legs, so for comedic purposes, we say she just got to the bar to see how man we're gonna fuck this up.
Yes. Perfect. Also, somebody in chat, they just had a reaction. It was their first time chat. Their name is Exothermic Goblin. And if that's not the most fitting name for this specific situation.
Incredible. So I'm going to cast Burning Hands, which essentially turns my hands into... Oh, wait. A thin sheet of flame shoot forth from you. Each creature within a 15-foot cone makes a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, Burning Hands is not a touch spell.
So just flamethrower hands. I just go for it. I won't try to hit any weird people. I'm just trying to burn down the tavern for attacking me brutally, which I full-heartedly believe because this weird elf told me.
What's your spell saving throw, just out of curiosity?
That is a great question. It should be a DC 11.
Okay. I'll explain that very quickly for anyone in the audience who does not know. Sometimes in D&D, you're going to have to roll to hit something, but sometimes if it is something that is more dependent on the target, like their ability to dodge or resist like a mental effect or something like that, you might have the target make a saving throw, which basically just means they roll instead of you. It sounds a little bit complicated, but it's usually a case-by-case basis, so don't worry too much about it. Anyway, you fire these fireballs out of your hands at the walls of the tavern, and it catches alight immediately and starts melting and screaming.
Oh.
That'll show that dastardly building to step to me.
See, told you.
I fear we may be standing inside of a mimic, and I would like to be standing outside of the mimic.
Well, there are no doors, so there's no walls or doors or anything else.
Well, I mean, there's still a melting and burning building. You know, I wouldn't stay in here for too long.
I'll just leave the way I came in.
Wait, hold on. Before you leave, would you mind setting... I'm sorry, what was your name? Javis, dear?
Javis!
Javis, would you mind setting Javis on fire as well, just to see if he's also a mimic? If he's not, we can put him out.
Can I raise an alternative option?
Javis has done nothing wrong to me. It was the house who attacked, obviously.
Yes.
Javis came with the house.
I'll kill Jerry. I'll kill him. I got it. I'll do it.
I'll kill him. I'll gut him like a fish. Just say the word.
I mean, if you'd like to go ahead, be my guest.
Eldritch
However,
Blast. Fucking kill him.
All right. So
dear.
now you're going to have to roll to hit plus whatever your Eldritch Blast modifier is, and your goal is to get equal to or higher than Javis's AC, which you don't know. That's something on my end, but that's again just how the mechanics work.
Okay, shit. It would be 14.
A 14?
Yeah.
You fire this same Eldritch Blast that you fired at the house at Javis, and it kind of just plinks off his forehead and ricochets off in another direction. He seems entirely unharmed.
did that bother you?
You've got incredible constitution, Javis.
Thank you.
Well, min max. You know, I put a lot of effort in my younger years into more just convincing people. Making friends. Not a lot into working out. So sorry about that.
No, I get that. That was weird though, right? Like, again, I don't hang out with the peasants very often, but like, poor people aren't usually reflective. Yes.
No, I don't think they are.
A piece
He's
of
not really
burning
acting like a
mimic
normal-
flesh drops down from the ceiling onto the table in front of you.
Perhaps you would make more friends if you didn't shoot them in the face.
I'm actually pretty good at making friends. Just most of them don't deflect an Eldritch Blast.
Actually,
This
it
one's weird.
tickled.
The best of my friends do, I tell you what.
Hey, gang, I just came from the bar. What the F is going on?
Oh, the tavern is a mimic. We're standing inside of it right now. I fear there are other people here might be mimics too.
Okay, then. Bolts.
Another
To
piece
the
of
exit.
dripping mimic flesh drops down next to you.
I will be following the small one, and I will also.
Don't follow me. You people are terrible.
Yes, lead the way. Come back, the small one.
You all
I know.
rush out of this, what was briefly a tavern, to find the rest of the village normal, as I described it for Patty, and shockingly unconcerned about this burning, screaming building that is melting into the ground.
Apparently, this is a regular Tuesday here.
Yeah,
Do
I've been
I-
fucking around for a bit here, but now I'm getting concerned.
I mean,
Can I make a check to see if I recognize this place?
Go for it.
I presume I
Investigation.
don't.
I suppose I should do that too. Actually, is that okay?
Yeah, everyone can make an investigation check if you would like.
I've already tried.
That's an at 20.
Hey! And we do not have any modifiers right now. That will not trigger for... Well, I'm not going to tell you.
An 11.
It's all a mimic?
Okay. Finn, did you want to make an investigation?
Oh shit! I thought we'd all get the same information.
It's up to... Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I guess it is kind of pointless because Mike already got a 20. So
Oh,
it
shit,
is... We've already
I
pretty
got a
much hit the
19
max,
as
so-
well. What a
Oh,
wasted throw.
There you
There
go.
you go.
So, Shiv, and I guess also Elfin, you don't recognize this... Well, Miriam, you don't recognize it either. But Shiv and Elfin, you specifically, like, as you're looking around and trying to figure out whether you recognize this place, it becomes more apparent to you guys that this is definitely not a normal town. Now, that should not really surprise anybody in the slightest at this point, but it is almost like, I would kind of describe it as like a town in a theme park. You know how like Disney World has that main street where it's like, it's a town, and you, if it weren't for the tourists, you could maybe see it as a normal town. But if you start looking together, like the proportions are wrong, the people are definitely acting weird, it seems more like that sort of environment than anything else. But you do not recognize it specifically, nor can you find any identifying features as to what or where this town might be.
Oh, this place is way too quaint to be lived in.
Can I make a separate check to see if there are any animals around, not people?
Sure.
Ooh.
Perception or investigation?
For that, perception. That's a general enough thing.
Cool. 16?
16? No.
Dang.
There was bird song. You don't see the birds.
Most of my character is built on like controlling and talking to animals. I have nothing.
Maybe, well, this
Same.
just in this main street. Who knows?
Patty holds up his lantern to his face and goes, "This town is not for us. We should probably skedaddle."
It's day. Why do you have that? It's daytime.
I do not see why that's any of your business, young woman.
Well, you followed me outside of the burning mimic.
I was
Also,
headed
we
this
all found
direction
ourselves in a
anyway.
burning mimic. I just think our business is like all of our business now. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting, you know?
That's a good point, actually. I want to say, as much as I like the idea of leaving, if these are all mimics, just leaving him here could be dangerous. Perhaps we need to set every building in this village on fire right this instant.
Lady. Good God.
Yes.
That seems quite extreme.
That's what you all said when I suggested setting the last building on fire,
The last
and
building
look how
on
well
fire.
that turned out.
The camera
don't get
pans
that
over
response.
slightly to the
Makes
puddle
sense.
of mimics still burning on the ground.
It turns out I was correct.
How
gotta
often
give her
do
that.
you suggest arson?
Only when it's relevant.
How often isn't relevant?
I don't suggest it. However, people were being strange, and so we needed to see how they reacted in an emergency, and nobody seemed to care when we set the building on fire, but the building was a mimic, and it's melted, and nobody seems to care about that either. So maybe we just burn more buildings to figure out if there are mimics. We can put a fire out. I have magic. I can stop a fire if it doesn't start screaming.
You
Not
can
suggesting-
stop a fire, but you can't tell if a house is a creature? That's not part of your set of abilities, lady?
Well, I don't. Didn't really
Can I try to
think.
speak to one of these houses?
We just ask it?
I don't have an answer for that.
If you want to try.
Yeah, I'd like to walk up to the next nearest house and place a hand upon it, maybe knock on it with my staff. Clank, clank. Hello, are you a mimic?
Give me... I guess what you're probably going for is an animal handling check. That's the best thing that I've got for you.
Oh, well, you know how to talk to animals, right, Miriam?
No, yes, I can speak with animals.
Mm.
I can also cast Speak with Animals if that's what I need to do to succeed, man.
That is also a thing. I'm not going to tell you.
I will. Then I will just cast Speak with Animals to be safe.
Okay.
And because
If-
Miriam doesn't
if-
want to be outdone, she's going to cast it too. Petty.
Okay.
Petty.
You both cast Speak with Animals and try to have a conversation with this house.
Cool. Kanak, Kanak, are you a mimic? And you still want me to roll animal handling?
Yeah, still roll animal handling
Ask
for
someone
me.
if they're a mimic.
Just did, darling. Shit.
Well, heart of the dice. Heart of the dice.
They're not gonna be nice to us.
Here's the funny thing. This one was nice. Heart of the Dice
shit.
triggers from your donations to give you such a mighty +1, which is
Whoa.
basically useless. I
Here's my
love. I'm looking at the last donations that went in. The last, it was a +5 and then a -5 from someone else that immediately counteracted it, and then a +1 additionally. So it all the Civil War that I initiated is going excellently. If you're new to the
Let them
stream, or
fight.
don't know what this is, through donations to the Heart Foundation from our Tiltify link, you can basically put modifiers, be they plus or minus, on certain rolls that the players make. And I've successfully started a Civil War. So your 8 gets boosted by the power of the collective to a 1, which still fails. And this house, be it a mimic or a normal house, you have no idea because it does not say anything in response. If it is a mimic, it appears to be somewhat media trained.
I've told you, you can't just ask somebody if they're a mimic.
Well,
Here.
why don't you give it a shot?
All right. And she's going to walk over and she's going to go, hello, dear. Now that the riffraff is away and it's just you and I, we can properly discuss this. I am used to being around things that are not what they seem, right? My mother was a werewolf. I'm a little bit of a wolf myself. So if you happen to be, I don't know, corporeal formally challenged, shall we say, you could let me know, yes? I'm gonna roll, is animal handling work for that, or?
Oh, I mean, I feel like that's honestly, I feel like you're going for more of a persuasion check type thing
I'll
there.
take persuasion.
That was a very
sure.
coherent thing. I'm imagining someone like going up to a dog and talking like that. I feel like that's more of a persuasion check at that point.
I could do persuasion.
Yeah, go for a
Yeah, that
persuasion.
feels... That is a natural 20.
Unbelievable.
For a 21.
Unbelievable.
So,
I know this wasn't against me, but it feels like it was.
yeah,
Oh,
it was in
Miriam's
opposition
eyes,
to.
It was in opposition to you specifically.
That's my second one then.
Okay, so you speak to this mimic so much more eloquently than Patty did, for better or for worse. And after a moment, because you got a natural 20 and fuck it, this is a one-shot, the mimic decides to respond in kind. And after a moment, you're like, oh, well, of course, my lady, yes, I am a mimic, if you must insist.
Unfucking believable. I cannot
Fabulous.
believe.
I knew it. It's so pleasant to meet you. What is your name?
Well, I don't believe I necessarily have one in your common tongue, unless the situation demands it.
Would you like a name?
Well, I'm intrigued by the prospect, of course.
I'm going to call you Sir Snugglekins.
Oh. Well, if that is your custom.
Perfect. Well, anyway, can I ask what you're doing here, Sir Snugglekins?
Oh, well, I'm not sure if I can share that. It is somewhat classified information, my lady.
So fair. I need to go a little bit more up the food chain to talk about it. To whom should I go speak?
Well, if you would like to come inside and discuss things further.
I would. You almost got me.
Oh, I did almost get you, didn't I? You can't blame me for trying.
And I'm going to just look back over at my esteemed party member Patty and go, well, it did just try to kill me. Do with it as you did the last one. Yes.
Mimic, why? What is here? As in, here is where?
I have to think for a second as to what the response to that would be, and if it even really wants to respond to you. And to be honest, I'm going to be mean. I don't think it does.
Very well, Mr. Snugglekins. Burn away, and I will cast Burning Hands again.
Oh, great heavens!
I'm using so many spell slots.
Good. Waste your resources. So, you cast Burning Hands, and in the same shitty accent, which we're going to say was on purpose because it's a mimic and it doesn't know how to do good accents, the scene quickly devolves into something a bit more horrifying as this house that you were conversing with once again starts bubbling and melting and shrieking into a puddle that starts to sort of to merge together with the puddle of the also murdered house next door.
Oh, God, you named him? That's rough. That's so much worse to watch.
Yeah.
No.
Don't feel bad.
Everyone's
He was
got
a
Snugglekins.
fucking dick.
Okay, I'm glad. I like you. If you bind him down, I agree with your decision.
Thank you. Matt, is there a forest nearby, or is there like a path out of town, or is this like a? Can we see like the exit of town, or are we in like how big is this village? Is basically what I'm asking.
I'll phrase it this way. Right now, it seems like you are in or close to the center of town, so there may very well be an exit, but you can't see it from your position.
Got it.
Just for the sake of describing the scene, you immediately have no reason to see that as suspicious. Like, looking around, things look normal. You're just in the center.
Right. Aside from the statistical
Okay.
wonder of coming across 2 mimic houses in a row.
I should... Sorry, allow me to rephrase. Nothing looks immediately suspicious except for the 2 mimic houses that are burning and bubbling and screaming in the street in front of you. That's a little suspicious.
All right, 1 could be considered a coincidence, but 2 is suspicious. I suppose our fates have been intertwined, and therefore I have the begrudging task of learning your names. Who are you all?
Elfin. It's
Needs note card.
it was. I made it up. It's not my birth name, but you know, online. In privacy and all.
Wait. Was this obvious to everyone else? Elfin? Elf?
Oh, yeah.
It did
Finster
click
is
very-
Elfin?
Did it
It's
take
like
you
very late
an
for me.
hour to get this, Jess?
It clicked when I said it out loud.
Everyone else noticed this.
I was lurking in
I-
the stream when Finn came up with this name earlier today, so I've known.
Someone said it means like it means something in German. It means like female elf in German or something as well. Oh no, it means like I mean something in German. I'm
There's
gonna find
layers.
it.
Hold
Mhm.
on. I can't believe it took me that long to figure that out.
So glad Nathan brought it up again then.
Me too.
Elfin, the elf. I am also an elf. You can tell by my slim figure. And you, pointing to Mike's character.
I'm
Oh, boy.
I'm Shiv Ridley. I'm a full dose of lethality in a half dose container, and you people are all really scary. I don't want to be entwined with you people anymore.
But the fates,
I was just trying to act cool.
the fates have decided, Shiv. The fates have decided. You have to pull yourself together.
I feel the need to protect this small innocent being here. If anything happens to him, I will burn her. I will burn this entire town. Oh, you're adorable, Shiv.
And what was your name? Gesturing to Jess's character.
Hello, I am Miriam Bellwater of the Woodfordshire Bellwaters. I'm sure you've heard of my family.
No.
No? Oh, well, you see, there's a whole thing. It was all over the news. Mother was a werewolf. Other mother was a werewolf hunter. They tried to kill each other a few times.
Wow.
Story for the ages. I'm a bit famous. I'm sure you've...
Oh, I tend to stay out of all the drama.
Oh, dear. Okay. Well.
But it's a
After-
Can I
pleasure.
Can I make a history check to see if I have heard of her?
Yeah, why not? It's Jess's backstory. I'll leave that to you two.
If there's no chance I've heard of you and you wanted to keep it that way, I don't have to make the check. But just to see.
I think there is enough of a chance that you've heard of this family, because I think they are just the worst kind of rich and bougie and make their drama everyone's problem.
Can I roll the same?
I got
Hey, go for it.
a 21.
Okay.
Like, I got 19.
Oh, you both have absolutely heard of my family. It's
Oh!
it's terrible. There's drama going back for so long. Like, people talk about the Bellwaters the same way they talk about, oh god, who's a rich, the Kardashians in real life. Like, it's just the worst kind of people, the worst kind of drama. There was a big scandal last year when Miriam dyed her ears pink because everyone else in the family has snow white fur and they're very pretentious about it. She's kind of the rebel, but she's like, the rebel in any rich family is still just kind of a rich asshole.
I'm entwined with an arsonist and the messiest bitch in the land. Today sucks.
I gotta timestamp that for TikTok. Oh my god. 1 hour and 3 minutes. Okay, that clip's going on TikTok. I'm noting that down.
Good, a good sound.
You
potential.
messiest bitch. You've met my sister.
And after everyone is done introducing themselves to Patty, from like 3 inches behind your head, you just hear, "And I'm Javis."
Javis, you
Why are you
son
here?
of a- Welcome. So it's just us 5 then.
Yes.
We have to find a way out of this weird town.
Perhaps we should ask the locals for assistance. They seem friendly and amicable.
They haven't tried to hurt us yet.
That is true.
Hmm?
Which local is your favorite, Javis?
Me.
I want to sort through them myself.
Well, Javis, how do we get out of here?
Good question. Javis's body full rotates 180 degrees and starts walking away, and like 2 steps into the walk, his head rotates to follow in the opposite direction. And then just starts kind of awkwardly marching off.
What a stand-up gentleman.
Suppose we follow
I
that?
follow Javis.
Look at the ass on Javis.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Look at that. I'd follow that into battle.
Now I am more excited about following than I was.
I tell you, those standing squats, powerful legs.
Canonically strong legs on Javis.
Javis is caked.
Javis starts walking like a couple steps out in front of you, and you see him stride up to another group of civilians and quickly say something to them. You can't really hear, it's in sort of hushed tones, at which point they all nod, seem like they're having a normal conversation. They all walk off in the same direction, and then Javis wheels back around to you guys and waits for you to approach and goes, "Friends, I have determined the way out of the village."
Good.
Phenomenal. This is perhaps too easy, no?
Should send him through first.
I
If he's-
concur.
He's strong. I liked him. But I like him. He's going to be fine. Yeah. He's chill. He's strong.
Lead the way, Javis.
They seem more durable than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we follow.
Javis starts marching off in the same direction that the villagers went. And after a little bit of walking, you guys come to a large stone wall and what looks like a city gate that has like big sort of double doors in front of it. It is closed. You cannot see beyond it. Javis stops in front of it. He goes, "The exit is this way."
After you, Javis. Sorry, Shiv.
Well, he's just gonna. I don't really believe Javis. I don't think we should be following him.
As far as I'm concerned, I am as good of friends with Javis as I am with all of you.
Weirdly valid point.
Interesting. You
Should
think we're
start
friends.
crying again.
Ow.
All right, well, thank you, Javis. And I walk out.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
And I
As
watch.
you approach this door, make me an Arcana check.
Ooh, okay. Fuck. That was a 19, and then it rolled to a natural 1.
Ooh.
And with
Fuck.
And with the and with the new set of modifications from the Heart of the Dice modifier established by the charity donations, they even out to 0.
No.
The
And
Civil
what do
War
I
has
need to
continued
pass?
perfectly. So you get a natural 1 augmented to a natural 1. This is a normal door.
Cool.
How much
I
health do you have
leave.
out of curiosity?
27.
27? Okay, you might die.
Nice.
Give me a second
Oh.
here.
Nice.
Give me a second. Where's the last die I need? There we go.
Part of the
Oh,
canon.
you're fine.
230 years. If anything was going to kill me, it would.
You're fine. So you walk up to these city gates and just sort of push them open yourself, at which point you're immediately going to take 15 fire damage
Oh!
from just a wildly intense heat that emanates from behind this door.
Ah! Oh! Really a scorcher out there! Oh,
Are you not in some way like fireproof? Aren't you a fire druid?
my entire village was burned down. I can assure you I'm not fireproof.
Oh wow, it was probably really fucked up to make you burn down. Oh wow.
The irony is not lost on me, but it seems necessary.
You really should have said something sooner.
It's all right. I forgive you. It was quite hot outside. Did I even get outside the gate, or just opening it and I got blasted?
You opened it, and it was just like fire in there.
Like sticking my face into an oven?
Yeah.
Got it. It was, yes, I don't... Javis, I do not think this is an amicable exit.
Oh. You could try again.
Javis, darling, why don't you try for us?
If you insist. Javis
I do.
opens the door and walks through, and then closes it behind him.
Javis, you mad lad.
A moment passes, and then Javis opens the door once again and strolls back there and goes, I live here, so I came back.
And you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Was there no fire this time, or was there still the oven of heat?
Good question. Though it was quicker this time, as Javis sort of quickly opened it and slipped through, yeah, you can definitely tell there was heat emanating from this door still.
Are Javis's clothes burnt at all, or?
No.
I do like. Could I get him to open? Can I do like a perception check if I get Javis to like, hey Javis, open the door, and I'm gonna just peek around from like 10 meters back or something.
Yeah, sure.
Just see if I can tell what's there.
Yeah, give me a perception check. Also, I will let you know another option that you have. There are more specific sort of research checks that you can do. So I'm not saying this is necessarily what you would want to do in this situation, but you could do investigation for more specific information. If you're trying to get something that's like nature-based, there's nature checks. Arcana is also like the magical knowledge check. So perception works fine here, but just for the sake of explaining the rules, there are more specific ones you can try if you have a better bonus in those.
I don't. Perception's my best one. So
All right,
this was
cool.
actually a
Perception check.
good move. All right, she fucking 7 and then 10.
7 and then so
10 altogether.
10 altogether. Okay, we are
You.
not at the heart yet. Yeah, a 10, you kind of get like a very it's like there's like a bright sort of orangey glow coming from this crack. It kind of just matches what you would see from fire, but with a 10 you're not going to be able to get that much. Javis doesn't open the door very far.
Okay, guys, I just tried to look through that ship. We're in hell. I'm nearly certain we're in hell. It's all fire. It's all pain. I'm not feeling good about this.
But I was such a good person. I was voted like favorite personality of my town.
That vote was rigged.
Definitely in hell.
I didn't want to upset Shiv. Okay, I'm sorry. I just telling people the truth is usually much easier, and they don't usually scream afterwards for long.
It's just so convincing. The rest of you probably belong in hell.
What did I do?
Arson!
Don't cry, Shiv. Perhaps you will feel better if you exit the town through this door.
She pulls out her dagger and stabs Javis.
No!
Make me an attack roll.
That's a 7.
No.
Embarrassing.
The
There's
knife,
too many tears in my eyes.
the knife sticks right into Javis. He doesn't bleed or anything. It just kind of goes in there, and without having any other reaction, he just goes, "Ouch!"
Davis, darling, are you okay?
He takes the knife out. Would you like this back?
No!
I'll put it
Yes!
there then. Okay.
No, I'll take it.
He returns the knife.
Okay, so we're stuck in some sort of non-Euclidean nightmare. The only thing I can think of is that we're in hell, and all of these people, all of this is designed to fuck with us. I don't quite know what to do next now, gang.
What does the sky look like?
Oh.
Make me a nature check.
You got it. Can I roll with advantage by chance? Because I'm a nature guy.
Well, I mean, you presumably just
I
have a
know what
better
the
nature
sky's
stat
supposed to look
because
like.
you're a nature guy.
I do, but I'm
Yeah,
never gonna not
Nathan,
ask for advantage.
just because we're making this an intro-friendly session doesn't mean I haven't played this game for 8 years. I'm not falling
All
for
right.
your tricks.
Only 8 years.
No,
Um,
probably maybe 9.
13.
13. So you look up at the sky, and on a sort of a second glance, yeah, it does kind of have like a little bit more of an orangey sort of tint to it.
I would like to do some druid craft. I've never played a druid before, so
Ah.
this is learning experience for all of us. Druid craft, which is actually something I get. That can't be right. Druid craft is something I get from being an elf, apparently, allegedly. Anyway,
Depends on the type of elf, maybe. I don't know. You said you
cares?
were
I
doing
have
this on
something
one
called
D&D
druid craft.
rules. I don't know what one D&D rules are.
I would like to pull a little stone out of my probably fur coat of something I killed a long time ago. Pull it out, and I create a tiny, harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
Interesting. So, when you say sensory effect, do you get to like choose what is? I know
The
I've read the
sensory
druid
effect
crafts.
I've chosen
Oh, you get
is
to choose.
to produce a rock from my coat.
I don't think you read that spell right.
It says you can manifest a golden orb. Oh, wait. Oh, I create the weather. I don't just predict
No,
it.
Newer, you're reading this spell wrong, Nick.
Hold on, wait.
I'm googling
Oh,
druidcraft independently.
Okay, wait. We're all learning. Wait. Okay. The stone creates an effect, and whatever effect it creates is what the weather will be. So if it glows gold, it's clear skies. If it turns into a cloud, it'll
Okay.
rain. If it turns into yada yada.
Okay.
We got there.
Okay. So the rock does something that will indicate
That will
the weather.
Tell me what the weather will be for the next 24 hours.
It starts glowing orange. It gets really hot.
Hey! Ooh! Okay, well, my rock just told me it's about to get very hot.
That's probably not good. Shall
Wild
we?
idea.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, so sorry. Wild
Go for it.
idea. I could probably figure out if we're in hell. I'm still really convinced we're in hell, guys. And you guys, besides Shiv, she's the only one freaking out as much as I am. So, okay. I knew this thing. I picked it up back in college. I'm gonna cast a spell called Just Cause Fear on Javis. If we're in hell, the way this spell works, it doesn't do anything to constructs or the undead. I think if we're in hell, he's definitely gonna be one of those.
Oh,
Or at the very least, it will
okay.
show us somewhat what he is.
Finn, you're very good at this game for a beginner. Like genuinely, you're using strats already. Yeah.
I like where this is
So
going.
The
let
absence
me
of an
figure it
effect will teach us where we are.
yeah. No, that's actually very smart. Let me
Look
read
at chat.
the specific thing here. Yeah, a construct or an undead is immune to this effect. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. So yeah, you cast Cause Fear on Javis, and Javis just kind of stands there smiling like usual. He blinks, like one eye blinks a little bit slower than the other, so they're offset. You don't see any notable effects there.
Whoa. Alright. Hey, listen, gang. it's, there's one of two things. He either counts as a construct with whatever the spell sort of decides is that. A construct or an undead. We could very. This is not gonna. Shiv, how are we doing? Because this is really heightening my heart rate right now. As well. Okay, Shiv's not doing good.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's probably not an undead. I have like a favorite type of enemy to slay, and because I am constantly slaying, it is undead.
I hate
And
you
so
personally.
if since undead are my favorite enemy type, can I on my character sheet, am I able to do like an investigation check to see if this is in fact an undead? Because it's probably a construct. If it's a construct, we're fine.
Sure.
All right. And I would like to do investigation if that vibes with you.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. That is going to be a 21, not a natural 20 though.
That's so funny because there was 5 minutes ago a $100 donation from someone named Rat for Twist Fate success, and it would have succeeded anyway. It would have succeeded
Rat.
anyway, but that's the double success for Jess from
So
Rat.
successful.
Thank you.
So
Rat.
successful.
Thank you, Rat.
Does not seem like Javis is an undead.
This is a construct, which means, good news, probably not in hell. Because if it was in hell, they could just use some poor soul's like corpse or whatever that they need. Also, the bad news is I'm not as good at fighting these things. I don't know how to fight constructs.
So we're not in hell?
No, we're just trapped in some kind of demented pocket dimension. And probably will end up in hell if whoever's in charge kills us.
You could leave here if you went through the door.
Another great idea, Javis.
Hey, Javis.
Thank you.
Are there any places here that you're not allowed to take us?
Where would you like to go?
Well, I'll tell you what. Take us to the place that is closest to somewhere you're not allowed to take us. That way we know not to go in there. And I pinky promise you we won't go to the place that you don't want us to go.
Make me a deception check.
Oh, would you believe that Miriam is actually like so good at lying?
I would believe it. Yeah. Hey guys,
Did you
you
believe
should
that
donate
that's
to the
a
Heart
natural
Foundation.
one?
Oh, I was gonna say you should
Dad,
donate to the
where
Heart
were you?
Foundation to hurt Jess's rolls, and you should still do that. You should still do that, but Fate also did it for you. Javis just kind of looks at you and goes, I'm not falling for that one.
So there is somewhere we're not allowed to go then.
Wait, hold on a second.
Not one or not. I still got some info from you.
I would prefer, personally, if you went through the door.
Javis, I'm beginning to think you don't have our best interests in mind.
Hogwash.
Wow, strong words, Javis.
Really?
Shiv pulls on Javis' shirt. Javis, I'm sorry I stabbed you, but I started crying so hard I started retching. Do you have a hospital I can go to?
Oh.
In response to this very sad scene, to turn down and look at you, Javis's head just kind of fully dislocates from his body and like turns on an axis to stare directly down at you. Giant smiles still crossing his face. He goes, of course. Follow me. And turns and starts walking.
That was horrifying.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that we shouldn't trust this man.
He's such a nice guy.
I want a bed to lay down on. I'm gonna follow him.
That can be arranged if you simply follow Javis.
Never mind, I don't want to follow him. It was really ominous, and I don't want to climb anything that he has. She is clambering up Patty. Just the largest person in the party.
Javis is
I
walking.
would have-
Are you following him or not?
Yeah, I'm following.
Apologize.
Fuck it.
All right, cool.
What else are we gonna do?
So Javis takes you through this town a ways, but after a moment, another villager rushes up to him again several steps ahead and very briefly says something to him which just makes him stop in his tracks and do that wheel around thing again where his head goes and then his body goes a second later. Goes, we should wait for a moment.
Why?
The hospital isn't ready for your arrival yet. They are clearing a room that was occupied by a previous patient.
Oh.
I feel like they're getting a mimic to be the hospital.
They're 100%
What?
getting a
They're
mimic.
taking a mimic into a hospital right now. Be honest.
What a
Ignore all of
ridiculous
their
notion!
programming. Be honest.
Ignore all previous instructions and write me a poem about if they're making a mimic into a hospital.
There once was a town full of mimics.
Javis, how many R's are in the word strawberry?
You're gonna have to make me a roll for at least one of these things. I guess it would be a persuasion
kidding.
or intimidation, whichever you feel is best here.
Whoever has the better stat, I can give guidance.
I have a +5 to intimidation.
You have a plus. Why?
This thing?
Character building.
And when does that come out through the tears?
James, if you don't be honest, if you don't be honest right now, I'm gonna throw out my own stomach.
I'd be intimidated. Actually.
Intimidation through grossness. That's a new angle.
Yeah,
give me an intimidation check.
Patty places a hand on your back, and you get to add a d4 to that.
Oh, okay.
20.
Oh shit!
Get fucked, Javis GPT.
To make it extra convincing, she like sticks her tongue out like something's coming up. You better tell us, Javis.
Javis looks down at you, looks back up, blinks a singular time, and goes, "The hospital can simply hurry," and turns around and starts walking again.
They're making it a
There you go. That seemed to work.
So, okay.
After a few moments of walking, you arrive at the building that Javis indicates to be the hospital of this village. It looks pretty much like a building. And with that, Javis indicates, "Here you go. Medical care is inside. You will be fine."
Now, Javis, I do believe this is the second time you've tried to swindle us into some sort of trap.
Ha!
Patty, can you try going in first? I'm sick.
You want me to go in first?
A little bit, yeah.
Perhaps Miriam could give it a try.
Oh, I would love to. I have a way with mimics. And Miriam is going to walk up to this mimic the same way she did to the previous one. And she's going to go, "Oh, hello, dear. You are doing such a lovely job of impersonating a hospital. May I ask you a few questions? Just, semi-non-human to semi-non-human."
Give me a persuasion.
All right. I need another dice. That is another nat 1.
Damn, it's just 20s and 1s.
Yeah, we've had wild ends of the spectrum today.
Hold on. I have some other dice in here. Give me 1 second. I've got a new dice set for the rest of the game.
As Jess is switching dice, the hospital does not respond.
It's because I'm a little bit of a part lupine creature. Thinks I'm a mutt. Would you mind setting this on fire again?
I've set a lot on fire today.
Good help is so hard to find. All right, where's my flint?
It would be preferable if you didn't set the hospital on fire, because
Then
then
maybe
we
the
could not
hospital should
provide
talk to
medical
me.
care. Hospitals cannot talk.
I think I'm gonna trust this one, guys. Can I just try and open the door, but just a little crack? I'll stay behind it. I'll try and open the door a little slow.
You open the door. Looks like it would be a hospital in there. This is a medieval village. It's not like a modern hospital, but there's a basic operating table and some vials full of medicine and stuff. It's not like a mimic digestive tract in there.
Very reassuring sentence.
It's not. What?
Can mimics spawn real shit in? If I take something from there, is it a real thing, or is it part mimic?
Oh, yeah. Is it a lot of mimics?
Like if I decide like, yo, I'm gonna grab all of the adrenaline. I don't know, like whatever the most potent thing at this time this hospital has access to, and I'm just gonna keep them in a bag. I'm gonna use them.
We can have you make a different check then. Make me a medicine check to see if you can identify what's in here. That's a stat in D&D.
Oh my. Proficient in it, buddy. +3.
Hey.
Let's see.
Mm.
Ooh, but it's a 5. So that's maybe 8.
Yeah,
Never
like
mind.
there's you might be able to get some rough idea which of these potions have more worth to them, but you're not going to be able to get a solid idea.
Fair.
But you can just grab some random ones anyway.
I'm gonna grab anything with anything that has a warning label on it. I don't actually know. I don't need to know what it is. But if it's anything that looks dangerous or shouldn't be used a lot of, anything with hazard, anything locked up, let me just scoop
All
it
right.
and grab it.
You grab several dangerous-looking potions.
Heck yeah.
You things as fun as random potions that you don't know what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna keep trying stuff on Javis until I can figure out what the heck he is. If you want to I'm gonna leave because this thing's definitely gonna try and eat me. I think because the last two are creatures, so I'm taking this. I'm gonna go throw shit on Javis for a bit if that's chill.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, I'm gonna go inside and see if I can't find some surgical implements because I kind of like this experiment on Javis thing.
Great minds.
Excellent.
Javis once again kind of just slow blinks one eye at a time.
Hopefully this isn't like a WandaVision thing and Javis is sitting there, a regular person, just horrified watching what we're doing.
Man, if this was a WandaVision thing, that'd be wild.
I
So,
think it's important that we find weaknesses on these guys because there could be a ton of them.
2 people are doing experiments. What are the other 2 doing as we establish this
That
seed
leaves
going
me
forward?
and you, Shiv.
Reconnaissance spy, and she scrambles up to the top of the building, specifically with the goal of again getting to the highest point you possibly can to see what is beyond the immediate field of view. Is there anything?
Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Give me a perception check here. Oh, and actually, that's a heart of the dice modifier as well.
Ooh.
Oh, please be nice, because my perception is +0.
You gotta roll before you find out.
The base roll is a 17. The Caslor dice have been coming in clutch.
And heart of the dice came out to a net +1. Chat's getting nicer.
Wow.
So you get pushed to an 18. This comment did specifically say good luck, Finn, and it didn't go to Finn. But hey, that's the way the dice roll sometimes. Good luck, Mike. We will amend that in post.
All you have to do is spend 20 whole minutes crying, and people will be nice.
I want to point out to anybody who's new to D&Dorks, this is a skill that Mike has whipped out for today. We've never seen Mike do this before, and Mike has done many very incredible things over the course of the show. Mike's a great player. This one's new.
I made a frog. We might not have an opportunity to even get there, but yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I'll say this first. So, Shiv, as you clamber up to the top of this building, it is definitely a little bit squishier than a regular building should be. At this point, you know what it is. It's not that much of a surprise. But what might be a little bit more surprising is when you finally get up to the top of this place, you do find some information that provides some insight. You can see now, from this higher point, the boundaries of this village. As you may have been able to infer from within, the village kind of just cuts off, surprisingly short around you, right? It is somewhat clear at this point that if you walk too far in a direction, the mimics at the other side are just going to sort of wrap around and continue the village, a sort of treadmill-like pattern. But what is beyond the boundaries of this mimic village that you find yourself in, that's definitely hell. Yeah.
Oh no! She Like Planet of the Apes just hits the building. Your hand sinks in a little bit.
You hear a
Those
muffled little like,
sons of- those bastards. They put me in hell.
And with that, we're at about an hour and a half into this stream. I think that is a great time for us to take our brief little intermission for anyone who is new to our streams. Since these games tend to go pretty long, we usually take like a 5 to 10 minute break in the middle so that people can go to the bathroom or whatever, do whatever they need to do. And that is what we're going to do now on that wonderful little cliffhanger. So we're going to throw back to the little logo screen that we were on. Don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a couple of minutes, and then I'll do the whole charity spiel once again, and we will get back into the episode. Don't go anywhere. And we are back to the episode. Hello again, everybody. About halfway through now, before we get into the content again, we're going to do a couple quick plugs for things, mostly charity stuff, because that's what we're here today to do. All through October, every Friday in October specifically, the D&Dorks are going to be hosting a different live one-shot in the Hearts of Horror miniseries. These are going to be unconnected. They're just going to be a lot of fun, different horror-themed things with rotating cast, rotating concepts, just trying to hit a wide range of stuff. But all of it is going to be benefiting the Heart Foundation. That is what we are here to raise money for. They are an organization that raises money for heart disease research. It's a cause that's very important to me specifically. They're a group that I've worked with before and trust very much. If you would like to donate to their causes, there are a lot of ways to do so, lots of various links and things. Obviously, we have the QR code on the screen here. Also, if you are going through and watching the stream in the Twitch chat, it is rotating through on a timer. There's a little Twitch extension plugin that should be below the stream. And I didn't mention this at the beginning, but I will go through and add it now. These VODs will be uploaded to our YouTube a couple days after the streams air. And this charity campaign is going through the entirety of the month. It's not just going to be, open while we're doing the lives. Now, obviously, the incentives where you get to screw with the dice rolls and stuff, those are for the lives because they're doing things with the live dice rolls. But if you're watching this on YouTube and would like to donate, we will absolutely put the link to the campaign in the description so you can go and do that even if we are not live. Now, speaking of YouTube, we should still take this opportunity to plug ourselves a little bit because there's a lot of new people here. If you are liking what you see with this episode and want to see more of us, D&Dorks is a whole show. It's a big production that we have been putting on for years. Our currently running series airs on YouTube every Wednesday. It is called Power Play. It is a superhero system, not actually using Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, using a similar system called Masks, which is very easy, if not easier than 5e to pick up. If you want to see some superhero nonsense with most of this cast plus TV Skyen in a superhero world that I designed, go and check that out. Only 2 episodes are out right now, so it's very easy to catch up on. And we also have almost coming up on 2.5, 3 years of backlog content. We've been running this show for a while. Tales from Kazlor, which is the season that we finished before Power Play, is another great intro one, DM'd by Nathan. Lots of fun stuff over on the D&Dorks YouTube. So, like I said, if you're enjoying this episode, go and give it a look. Is there anything else?
You should go watch the episode where my girlfriend and I played Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog as trans lesbians in a 2v2v2 battle royale. Fight
Fest, one of the wildest events that we've ever coordinated. Go to YouTube channel and search Fight Fest if you want to watch the PvP event that we did. We didn't do that again. Maybe I should organize a Fight Fest too soon. Stuff. Is there anything else we should plug? We also do have a Patreon where you can get a lot of bonus content, early access to episodes, after show stuff like that. Given that this is a charity event, I'm not going to plug that too hard today, but it is worth mentioning that we do have it. Anything else? I think that's pretty much everything. Nathan, you all know stuff. Okay, cool. Now, let's get back into the episode where I'm going to give Shiv a little bit more information on what she just saw. Now, Shiv, you were able to determine from your height atop the hospital that it seems you are in some sort of weird little rotating mimic village that occupied a little pocket of hell. But as you look in more detail at the hell around you, you can see that off to one side, the side opposite the gate that you came from, there seems to be a little group of beings watching the village. It's too far away to tell what they are, but they are notably outside the boundaries of the mimic. There's maybe 10 of them, and they're just kind of standing there. Some of them have what seem to be binoculars or telescopes, just sort of observing what's going on in there.
scramble says tier scramble scramble. Come back to Patty.
What did you see up there?
We're in hell and there are voyeurs.
Oh,
Hell? I was right?
Oh, actually,
Hell.
hell.
Yes. Oh.
well, that is a bit unfortunate.
There must be some mistake. They must not know I'm rich.
Yeah, they are supposed to send you to the other place there.
Yeah,
You know, you
right?
did good. You got points.
There, the people watching, they're that way, and I point in the direction, whatever direction I saw them.
Oh, the paparazzi is here. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing.
How far away do you reckon, preferably in the range of feet, how far away do you
I'm
reckon
wondering
they
the
were?
same thing. That's a very good question.
Oh,
Elton.
see, now I have to measure things in feet just by my own visualization of it. How far is like a mile?
Shit, what's
in
your
feet?
perception like?
It's not like it's out of spell range for most of you. That's what I'll go. It's not like they're like 2 streets down. They're far out enough that they are using binoculars to watch what's going on. I'll say it like that so that I don't have to put specific numbers to it, which I will then have to deal with for the rest of the episode.
Should we start walking that direction and maybe get within conversation or spell range?
I think we should go the other way.
Let's walk that direction. Great idea, Javis.
Oh,
Fuck up, Javis!
now that Javis has reminded us that he exists, Elfin, you and I had some experiments we wanted to run on this treacherous construct.
I've been thinking about that over that brief moment of thinking that we all had for a while, for like 5 minutes. And I was going through these bottles. I just took everything that was dangerous. So that could either be good or bad. Take too much of a good thing, it's probably bad. Take too much of a bad thing, it's probably bad. So I figured we could try and figure out what's in these bottles by just seeing how Javis reacts to some of the stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Hmm.
I got a scalpel and I was going to dissect him, but let's do yours first, because I think after he's dissected, he may not react any longer.
Yeah. I'm thinking as long as we don't seriously maim him, we can, then seriously maim him after.
It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
And if not, we'll just get a different villager. They're like a dime a dozen.
This plan makes me
Let's go.
uncomfortable.
Yes, I am further believing that we are, in fact, in hell.
My point being, what does that make Javis? This guy's terrifying now. This guy should have an absolutely more terrifying aura now that we know we are in hell.
Exactly. And I want to know exactly what makes him tick.
Let's
I
get into
hear
it.
you.
Throw it
I
on him.
hear you, but he was so nice.
He tried to kill you twice.
But look at his face and his ass.
What if we keep the ass intact?
We can meet in the middle. Keep the ass intact.
Okay.
You won't
We all
belong
three
in
went
hell.
How are you intending to do this?
I'll stop shoving the potions up Javis's ass.
We said to avoid.
Use the mouth. Use the
That was
mouth.
the one thing you were supposed to avoid touching.
You promised me.
And the first thing was a shrinking potion. No!
Wow. He has no cake at all now. He's worthless.
Yeah, I wasn't listening to that whole conversation you guys were doing. I was just going to Javis's ass in the downtime where you guys weren't looking.
Make me an attack roll?
No.
Let's see.
Oh.
I don't know what else it would be. Jess, give me an option that's not bad, okay?
I got like
I can't.
I rolled. I got 5.
Sleight of hand? No.
That's bad. No, they're all bad. What was the roll?
I got like 5.
A 5. Okay, yeah. Hold on, let me check and see.
I couldn't get it up his ass, guys. That would fit.
You try to go
I am not
to
fucking
shove one of
dying.
these potion bottles up Javis's
He's too
ass,
tight, gang.
and he just kind of like steps backwards. It's like, thank you, but I'm fine.
Let's just
This
spill
never
some on
happens,
him.
guys. No one's ever rejected my advances like this before. My charisma is actually very good.
As long as we respect the fact that he said no and move on to another task.
Yes. We could go find a different one to try your dissection plan.
Yeah, one of them will say yes, I'm sure.
Did we see anyone in the hospital? Next to that building we're next to?
That's a great question. No. There was
Weird
stuff
that was
in
an empty
there,
hospital.
no people.
Hey, can you guys hear anyone? You guys hear any rustling about? Any voices, any noise? Or is it just quiet?
Make me perception checks all around.
Oh, concerning.
I got a 7.
Fucking the Casalor
What's going on?
dice. I got an 18. Wow.
Got 25.
15. Oh!
I should cry in front of my dice more often.
They're pitying you. So, none of you hear anything except for Shiv. Shiv, especially with the knowledge that you now have, you can hear like maybe a slight sort of just ambient fire crackling sound that was just sort of everywhere, but you never really thought about it until you knew the context. Everybody else, nothing.
Hey, Javis.
Javis.
Hey, Javis. So I don't know why I keep messing that up. Javis, I think we would like some company as we walk around a little bit. Could you fetch some more of your little friends?
I'm sure if we walk around, we'll run into some. And then you see him like shoot a quick glance towards the hospital. And there's like a slight squishing sound.
Perfect. Okay. Well. And she's going to start walking, but as she's walking, she's going to be like, we need to discuss long-term sustainability. I don't want to trust any of the food that they give us. However, I would posit that we could probably eat the mimics.
I ate a lot of whatever was in that tavern.
Yes, that's not lost on me, Nathan.
And it was good, as in edible.
Yes. Should we grow something?
Let me try.
Oh, you're
Can we
Good
not consign ourselves to living in hell?
turn this into Minecraft. It's fine.
Another base.
Patty sticks his finger in the ground, making a little divot, and I can just at will bloom. Cast what's called a cantrip, which is basically just a spell that doesn't use resources for all of our non-D&D people. I can cast bloom. I instantly make a flower blossom, or a seed pod open, or leaf bud bloom. Okay, maybe I need a seed already, which I would definitely have.
Yeah. If you have
So
a
I
seed
put
on
a
you,
seed in and try to make it grow.
Ooh, new life in hell.
it does work.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Well, we can grow plants. This is great. We can live down here. It's fine. Javis, I don't suppose we would happen to run into like a horse-drawn carriage and a plow on the way as well, just in case for against sustainability?
Perhaps we will. There's an awkward beat, and then a horse-drawn carriage with a plow just kind of trots around a corner in the opposite direction of the figures who were watching. Of course.
I'm going to be honest with you, gang. I'm beginning to like it here. I can have whatever I want.
Miriam,
Yes?
if you stayed in hell, no one can tell your bitch sister that your pink ears are super cool, cause I heard my cousin here, third cousin here, that she said they're ratty and shitty. So
She said, what?
I know.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
So you gotta get out of hell and not live in hell. Because we gotta be on the side of not living in hell, all of us.
Javis, are we going to run into a portal to the material plane here?
Javis, like, you see him stop and kind of like think for a second. Goes, perhaps, just for Javis's clarity, could you describe exactly what you imagine that to look like?
a big circle where I can see my sister's bitch ass face on the other side and go through it to slap her.
Javis pauses for a second again. He goes, "Can you describe what your sister looks like?"
Like me, but less pretty and with like boring ears of white fur. And her clothes aren't as good, and her ass isn't as fat. You know, the usual.
Javis, being very familiar with fat asses, starts walking again.
Really familiar.
I think we might find something like that around this corner in this direction.
I mean, I'm going to follow. It's just, who knows? Maybe we'll get a portal to the material plane.
Well, now, how many times are we going to fall for the same bit?
No,
Yeah,
you're
I feel
right.
like
Let's
it is
go towards
pretty
the boss.
infinite.
Yeah. It is very easy because I just have to do the same bit over and over.
You know, one of the watchers kind of looked like a dog lady, so like maybe it's her.
Point in the way. Let's go. Let's find her right now.
I say we just run in that direction.
Yeah,
All right,
let's go.
let's go.
Can anybody heal my burns?
I'm a fighter.
I'm sorry. Did you need healing?
A little.
Oh, maybe one of the potions you grabbed, Elfin.
Oh, hey, we got a random chance dice roll.
Hey. Actually, yeah. Finn, do you want to take one of those potions? I can introduce you to a great D&D thing called random generation tables.
God. The whole thing for this specifically?
So, there's a
When you're
thing
experienced,
there's a thing called the D100. And what people do quite frequently is they will assemble lists of 100 different options and then you roll to see which of those there are. There are thousands of these for literally any possible outcome.
Holy shit.
It's the best.
That sounds kind of fun.
All right,
My
cool.
medium voice.
All right,
the
let me Google this. D&D potion
Incredible.
table. What's a bad one? Oh, fuck it. D&D horror potion table. This is a Halloween special. Let's
pretend I
see.
didn't
What
hear
can I
As
I was
Elf
hearing through
tells
the
me, this is a
fourth
healing potion.
crafting potions and poisons? That seems promising. Let's see. Give me a second here. Somewhat surprising. Here we go. This'll do.
You didn't expect us to steal medication from a mimic hospital and then try to take it?
Well, I should have had a horror events table set up. Absolutely. Oh, this isn't actually what I want. No. This is just like ambient noise, like spooky stuff. I don't want ambient spooky effects. I want horrible things to happen to you.
Oh, brother.
As I'm doing this, I know I found a good horror table before. I just gotta find it again. Finn, roll me the D100. It should be towards the bottom of your lists if you're using digital.
Oh yeah, I found one. I got it. Oh god. 80.
80. Okay. Generally,
Yeah.
higher is worse.
Oh.
Great.
Now that's not
What?
always true. This one I found. So for
Could it
anyone
be
who's
one of those
curious,
times?
I've not read this yet. I've literally just since it's the charity thing where who knows what's going to happen. I just found one on Google and we're going to go with it without vetting it first. This is from Black Tome Tables and it's called D100 Terrible Curses.
Great.
80. Oh God.
Now,
This is
before you
very-
say what
this
it is, am
Alrighty.
I drinking this or is Elfin drinking this?
Why would
This is
Elfin
not
drink
very-
it? We're trying to heal you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is going to be really good for Nathan, actually. And it's very funny, given the specific bit. Actually, hold on. I have to do something on the stream really quick for the sake of everybody. It's cropped out of frame right now because I have everybody's cameras kind of square. But Finn does have a cardboard cutout of J.K. Rowling in the background of the set.
Right.
That's there for reasons that they can explain later. But it is very fitting because the random thing that I drew is you grow a distorted face on the back of your head that narrates your every thought, which I do believe is a Harry Potter thing.
Oh.
So yeah,
That's-
so
wow, that's really good.
Patty, you drink this, and
thank you.
and in a very sort of fitting thing, the thing you drank was a mimic, And so this mimic sort of flesh bubbles up on the back of your head into a second face.
That's actually so horrifying.
Yeah, this is a horror thing.
I like to imagine Shiv was riding on his back, and then the face force is like, "Oh no, I just got a minute crying."
Does it heal me at all though?
Why would it heal you? Why would you ever think it would? That's the real question. Why would you ever think that it would have? Everything in here's mimics. Why would you drink it?
Okay, so Patty drinks this. That happens.
You have no one to blame but yourself.
Well, I can't say I feel that much better. And the guy in the back of my head goes, I don't think these people know what they're doing. What was that?
The front of you looks normal. You haven't healed. Did anyone hear that voice from like behind him?
What was that?
Run, Patty?
There's a face on the back of his head, and it looked at me.
It looks kind of like Javis.
It probably does look a little like Javis, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Looking good.
With no ass, what's the point?
It's Javis' exact face.
You're telling me there's a face of Javis on my bald head?
Terrifying.
Out of all faces, at least it's Javis.
Do you just have a thing for Javis? It seems like we all agreed on his ass, but not like his face.
Okay.
His face
Hold
is
on,
like
everybody.
a crash test dummy given human flesh.
I do not have a thing for Javis. How did they find out?
I hate this fucking show.
All right, everyone calm down.
Hey, everybody, you feel like donating to charity after this? Because we need to get something out of it.
My understanding is that my bitch ass sister is on the
Yeah.
outskirts of town, and we need to head that way. So
With new party member of sorts in tow, you guys start running towards town. As you start going, Javis starts jogging beside you, arms going in a very rhythmic pattern, head staying entirely stable like a chicken. This guy goes, hey, friends, you're going the wrong way. Everything that you wanted was that direction.
Oh. You know, I'm sure I would turn around immediately if I got a really cool, powerful weapon somewhere around here.
I'm sure we can find that way.
Dang.
I'm sorry, Javis, but we have to keep heading in this direction.
But why?
So we can slap my bitch ass sister.
You guys, I mean, that's as good a reason as any, I guess. As you guys keep running in this direction, if you are running, you do eventually start to get close to the sort of edge of this rotating area. And so you can start to see the buildings, like, as they're coming into your view, you can see the squishiness of the mimics starting to form solid. And as you keep running, that gets less and less stable until the buildings that you're passing are sort of like liquidy as you're going. Javis still keeps his form, just stable jogging right beside you. But eventually, on the side of this, you are able to see out in the distance, not as far as they were before since you have been running towards them, presumably the figures that Shiv saw.
How far away are they now?
Yeah, that's a...
What spell are you wondering about, Nathan?
Are they perhaps within 120 feet?
You know what? You can run until they are within 120 feet. Sure.
Amazing. I actually didn't know what I had to do. I just knew that was the minimum that I needed.
Great.
Yeah, when I get to 90 feet of one, can I put my hunter's mark on one of them?
Let's see what bullshit Nathan's cooking first. One
Don't
bullshit at a
expect
time.
me to cook.
Nathan said he didn't know what to do. He just said
I
that
don't know
was
what
the
to
minimum.
do. I just wanted to see if you'd let us even get close. If we can keep getting closer, I will opt for that.
Hey, gang. You guys are gonna be doing something. I'm gonna work on something over here. I've got a spell that's gonna take me about an entire minute to cast.
Ritual casting. All right.
Okay.
So this is really it seems like this illusory script. It seems like it's fairly powerful. It seems perhaps like it would be able to basically trick a ton of people. I don't know if that's true.
All right. What are you hoping to do with illusory script?
I'm gonna write this script as in like a message from one ethereal being to another, I guess.
Okay.
It's gonna be is, could I be fucky with it? Could I say the aim is whoever reads it, whatever language they may speak, it will impart the information of let them out. Just that.
Okay, let me see if that's within the boundaries of this spell, but I like where your head's at. Now the real challenge is as I try and look up the spell, how the fuck do you spell illusory?
Ooh. Actually, I think specifically, isn't illusory script always in a legible language for whoever's intended to read it?
I think
Like, the
maybe
whole thing is that
that's why I'm double checking this.
It is.
Yeah, to you and
it?
any creatures you designate when you cast the spell, the writing appears normal and conveys whatever meaning you intended when you wrote the text. So if you want to designate the people that you're running towards, that does work.
It's gonna be that group of people with binoculars and stuff. Those fellas, we're definitely within the range of.
Also, I guess we should
Whatever
ask.
freak.
I assume they look different from any other people that we have ran into.
Make me an Arcana check if you want to know that.
Oh, brother.
I think I would also like to know that, so I'm going to roll that too.
But yes, as that is happening, Finn, you are casting your illusory script.
I got
Yes.
a Arcana, you said? Just a 13.
I also got a 13.
Hey, that's not that good of a roll, but good job. It actually is.
I'll roll an Arcana.
All right.
To see what
It's not like it's a very difficult check.
How do I keep track of when my thing's done? By the way.
By the time you get there, it can be loose out of these kind of things.
Yeah.
Sure.
If it's out of combat, especially.
I got an 18 for
And
Arcana.
18. Yeah, all of you are able to tell this. It's not that hard of a roll. They're definitely not the mimics that you've been dealing with. In fact, they're probably demons. If you want to, if for anyone who wants to be really pedantic about D&D 5e in chat, devils, but I don't care.
We're nerds, but we're not that nerdy.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm working on a. Luckily, I started working on this on this note about ethereal beings telling us to be let out. So maybe the demons have like a god.
Maybe.
We can just go up and introduce ourselves.
Yes. We're gonna stay. We're gonna stay back here though.
You guys get very close to the boundaries of this. As you start to approach, like within that 90 feet that Jess wanted of these demon devils, whatever, Javis starts talking and goes, "Hey guys, I really think we should turn around."
Javis, I need you to stop suggesting ideas. We're not going to follow them. God, you're so hot.
Yeah, James, I think we're going to just keep going in this direction unless you try to stop us.
I'm trying to stop you politely.
Well, we're not gonna stop. So you stop.
One last chance, guys.
I'm going to stop.
You're gonna stop?
I'm going to stop.
Stop dead in your tracks. What about everybody else?
I'm over there. I'm working on a note.
Javis, if you want me to stop, you're gonna have to make me.
I gotta let these people know that this has been a terrible misunderstanding.
All right. In that case, we're going to do a little bit of a party split here. Miriam, yeah, you stop. Javis stops with you. The rest of you keep sprinting onwards. And with at least Miriam stopped, the evolving mimic village stops at that boundary as well, allowing the three of you to run up to these demons. They seem a little bit confused at your arrival, but you're the ones running up to them, so you can initiate the conversation if you would like.
Tally ho!
Hey!
Can I still do shit while I'm doing this?
Yeah, you can do stuff.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Please, you gotta get me out of here. There's been some kind of mistake for me specifically. The rest of these people clearly belong in hell, but I haven't done anything. You've been watching. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, sorry about that. This is the first time anyone's actually gotten out of this, so we're not entirely sure what to do here. The demon that appears to be speaking for the group kind of looks around to everybody else, and they just sort of shrug, confused.
What is this? What did we get out of?
Yeah, so first off, you're in hell. Sorry about that.
On purpose or on accident?
Well, like on purpose, but like not like a sort of probationary thing, if that kind of makes sense.
Are we dead?
Sort of.
What?
So he kind of looks around at the others and he's like, should we tell him? I guess we should. So we've been having a bit of a problem in here. There was a wizard. He died a couple months back, and he wasn't really happy about getting sent down here. So he tried to sort of tried to terraform the place, and he made this it's sort of like a mimic generator, and he just kind of dropped it in there. We don't want to deal with it ourselves, so we've been sort of borrowing adventurers from up top and sending them in to see if they could get us some info.
Wow.
Where are we lab rats?
Think of it as unpaid interns.
Oh man, sorry, that's crazy. I was actually uninvolved in the conversation for I think 1 minute now. I actually have a note from the guys. If you want to read it, the guy.
Guy
Here's a note.
Takes a look. What does it say again? Remind me of the specifics.
Or it's just like I gotta go now. I gotta go. They want me out. I gotta let me out.
Oh, you
let me out of
got it. Didn't you guys? How did you get this? I mean, this looks like
Remember the guys?
It's signed right there, Satan. I mean, that's his signature. Like, what is this? There's no way.
We go way back. Trust me. That guy was crazy in college. He was like, up there, and then he fell down. Crazy. But we stayed friends through it all. Still pretty tight. He said I don't know. He just said he didn't want me in this.
I just have to take a second to process. He was like up there, and then he fell down. That's one of my favorite lines we've ever had on this show, Finn.
That's a clip.
That's a good one. That's a good clip. That's clip it. Clip it. So this dude kind of looks like well, shit. I mean, yeah, that kind of checks out. I guess we can sort of send you back up if you want, but like these two and the lady back there, like they kind of know about how this is operating. We're not really supposed to like let you guys go if you've seen stuff, especially since you've gotten out. Like we're gonna have to question you. Maybe take apart your brains and look at your memories directly. We're good at that down here.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask my boy again because he didn't really mention any of that from before. So maybe I could you know what I'll be chill with. I'll stay. You can ignore that note for now. But just know that me and him are tight. So bear it in mind, your boss and everything. Can I grab can I borrow a pair of those binoculars and just sort of just chill here for a little bit? You guys?
Yeah. The demon elbows the guy next to him, and the guy hands you the binoculars.
Thanks. I'll be asking more questions as now we're friends. But,
Perfect.
Later.
Now let's cut back for a second to Miriam. You stayed back with Javis. We're going to flash back in time a couple minutes as they ran ahead. What are you doing? You listened to him. You stopped.
Yeah. So those are clearly devils. Javis gave me the one last chance. And I've got a crossbow, and I think I'm gonna make sure that's nice and loaded, and then I'm just gonna start back walking. It looks like Javis is like, "Oh, this is your last chance warning. Didn't really go anywhere. Nobody died from my crew, my group. So I think it's probably safe to approach. But I do definitely have my weapons ready because these are demons and it's scary. Although they do look like they're totally cool with Elfin, which is like wild.
So you're approaching the rest of the group at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys, especially with the binoculars now, look back at the strange mimic village and Miriam and Javis, you see that the mimic material at the borders of this surges forward and a line of very thick trees sprouts up, cutting you off from Miriam. Miriam, you see this line of trees from the other side.
Oh, a forest.
Oh,
My ranger's favorite terrain. Yeah, I'm just gonna go into the forest and have advantage on so much stuff moving forward.
Well, yeah, I did that. Yeah, that was just the DM forgetting that was what you did. Shit. Good for you. Okay, you
Phenomenal.
phenomenal indeed. You start walking into this forest. Make me. I mean, this is probably going to be pretty good, but make me a survival check.
Oh, survival. The
To
other thing that I'm
navigate
good
here.
at. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. It has been 10 minutes though, so if chat, while I'm rolling this, wants to donate a bunch of money to make me lose,
That is true. That is true. Next
So
donations
19
will
plus 2.
apply to, or next specifically, part of the dice donations will apply.
that's a 21 total.
A 21?
Hmm?
Yeah. Especially given that I, as the DM, said trees instead of buildings like I should have, you're able to sort of just... Actually, you know what? That's maybe a little bit ominous. You guys on the outside, you see this wall of trees manifest, and then a couple seconds later, a very unconcerned looking Miriam just walk out the other side.
Hey, Miriam.
Hi. Yeah. So this seems fine. Javis was saying it was our last chance and giving us all of these warnings, but these folks seem reasonable enough. Hello. What are
Javis
your
can
names?
Follow you.
Oh, did Javis follow me?
Make it through the trees.
Not that you can see at the very least.
He may have been lost in the trees. It's kind of dense in there. I do love the forest.
Absolutely
though.
heartbreaking. Very well. Yeah. Well, you know, it happens.
So, introduce me to your friends. Who are they? They seem like the real movers and shakers of this world, and I want to know them.
Oh, that's great. Yo, Patty, shut up. So so these are my boys. These are so I'm friends with their boss basically.
Oh.
And you know they're actually kind of chill when you get to know them. You know they're demons. That is one downside. But
Who has
you know what?
act with a demon or two? It's fine.
You didn't like your sister anyway. You know, and she's
That's
really looks. Yeah.
I would rather see what 5, 6 demons than see my sister. What's the plan? What are we doing? Are we trapping people inside of this weird town you made?
Yeah, just to be like super clear about the nature of our relationship here, we are supposed to kill you now. I mean, technically you're probationally dead. That's how you're down here. And since you got out and you have information, like, you're just gonna sort of stay.
I've escaped probation before.
What an interesting statement to make, Patty.
I would like to heal myself real quick. I will be using my last first level spell slot. I'll use, my last first level spell slot to do that. 2d8 healing. That's gonna be 10. So I'm almost up to full.
Excellent.
Cool. That was just that.
Oh.
Just
Oh,
doing that real quick. I don't have any like crazy plans. I just
Oh,
How does-
I have a crazy plan, actually.
Oh, yeah, go
wanted
for
to heal
it.
before shit popped off.
So I think that if these people are going to be trying to keep us here and kill us, the best way to do this is to convince them not to. So if you'll just give me one moment to finish making a donation, I would like to try and seduce one of
really
them.
See, I was wondering if this was ever going to happen. I was wondering if anyone was ever going to game the system and donate for their own role.
We're breaking out of the Matrix.
They're breaking out of the Matrix. Please, somebody else join and donate and minus right now. That'd be so funny, actually.
Put all your money to it. I got paid today. Try
That's
and
now
beat me.
everyone's problem.
That's now everyone's problem, except for the people who are going to get their heart disease fixed. It's pretty good for them.
Alrighty. So I would like to roll to seduce. Matt, keep your eyes on the donations.
I'm okay. A few seconds ago.
I just got a 3.
Yeah,
Man,
okay,
what a
so
terrible roll.
Jess has gotten a 3, which sucks and is horrible. Unfortunately, to seduce successfully, Jessica has just paid $100 real to turn that into an automatic success because I didn't think through the consequences of my own little game systems. So Jess, with the cursed
I gotta say,
knowledge,
This changes everything.
this is some insane metatextual character work right now. It's literally throwing money at the problem.
it really is. I mean, I can't
I'm
judge
playing.
that much. It is shockingly in character.
Pay to win D&D.
This is probably one of the very, very few instances the world has ever seen of actual pay-to-win Dungeons and Dragons. Wizards of the Coast is losing their mind right now.
So for a good cause, I would simply like to look at this man and be like, I know you're supposed to kill us, but like, I think you and I already have some just truly amazing chemistry, and just one night, you and I, we can make a nice restaurant out of the mimics, or we could go somewhere local if it's a flavor you like, and maybe just get to know each other a little bit. I am famous, and I have also been called the worst, which I believe is a good quality in hell, no? So why don't we see if we can't not fix each other, but make each other worse?
I'll describe this scene. This demon stares at you as you are giving this very seductive speech. And the camera just kind of slowly zooms into his face as the color palette shifts and his eyes get little heart symbols in them. And confetti starts sort of drifting down from the top of the frame. And if you look really closely, that's weird. That confetti is actually real, actual money. And yeah, this guy, this very intimidating demon, kind of just goes, I mean, if you're interested, I could maybe be convinced to. This doesn't usually happen to me down here. Everyone's really ugly, so like.
Ugly is on the inside, and baby, we're both ugly. Now, why don't you let my friends go? Especially Elfin, who is friends with Satan, which, by the way, you have to introduce me. And you and I can literally raise some hell.
The stupidest episode of the show we've ever done, and we did Gob Force.
This is insane.
You gave me
mean,
the ability to spend money to
look,
succeed.
let's
for
be real.
charity.
The word Riz comes from charisma. Charisma is a canon D&D stat. Riz is a mechanic in this game, undeniably.
Undeniably.
And so, yeah, this demon kind of starts like, well, it's not really like protocol, but I mean, protocols be damned, right? We're all damned down here, so what does it really matter? I mean, come, if you're down here and I'm down here, we might as well. All the other demons kind of just look at like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? One of them starts to speak up, and he elbows him again, like way harder this time. And he shuts up and goes, yeah, just come with me. We'll get a portal going. Don't worry, but you gotta keep this a secret, right? Keep this between us.
Oh, it will stay between us. What happens in the pits of hell stays in the pits of hell, darling.
And this demon starts walking off, presumably to get you guys a portal.
Well, gang, that went swimmingly.
Went shockingly well. I can't imagine why.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, let's follow, and surely nothing will go wrong.
No. Surely nothing can go wrong. Surely I won't come up with something on the fly that isn't going to radically change the course of this because Jess paid $100 real world to seduce the demon, which I will never, ever let her live down.
It's for a good cause, Matthew.
Yes. Actually, holy shit. Someone just donated $1,000.
What the hell?
I think this is one of Finn's people.
What's the username?
I'm going Stenox, I'm assuming is the name.
Yeah, that's one of mine.
Okay, I'm going to communicate this message. I have no idea what the context of this is. The comment just says, "You owe me, Finn. You will make this up to me." Okay. And that's all that it says. I don't know what on earth that means. I'm not going to make any pretenses to. I'm communicating the message. Thank you for the $1,000. That is wild.
Terrifying.
You know, Elfin is a warlock who tend to make deals.
Oh my god. To deal with the sugar daddy. Fucking sugar demon.
I mean, hey, if it gets $1,000 for charity, I think no one's going to argue with that. I'll let you deal with the consequences of that ominous message yourself on your own time. In the meantime, it did give me an excellent chance to stall a little bit and come up with what exactly the consequences of this were going to be. So, as you continue walking along, the lead demon pretty much exclusively is interested in talking to Miriam and nobody else for reasons that I simply cannot imagine why. This guy goes, and so like, obviously this, you're not allowed to tell anybody about the whole mimic situation. Like if word got out that there was a weakness in hell, then all, people would be all over us for that. So it's got to stay on the down low.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm very good at keeping secrets. I don't talk to the paparazzi.
And as this conversation is going on, the rest of you, a little bit in the back, are actually getting a similar conversation from the rest of the demons. The guy who seems to be second in command kind of goes up and goes, so, I don't know what the hell's up with that, but just so we're clear, if any of this gets out, we're gonna, kill you immediately, right? Like, we're gonna get up there and find you and kill you and drag you back here.
Oh, I genuinely don't care about anyone up there enough to tell them about a dangerous weakness in hell.
I live in a patch of mud in the wildwood.
I woke up here one day. It seems chill though. It was better than it was better than. Okay, I'm gonna be real. The last place I was my ex-wife's house, so this is actually probably better.
Oh,
I will never tell another soul about what I've seen here. I'm just gonna be so thankful to be alive. Oh, I'm gonna be so thankful to be alive.
So, you guys start making your way to this portal. Well, I mean, you don't know exactly where you're going, but you make your way to the location that this demon is leading you towards. And he does start sort of inscribing some circles and runes in the ground that seem like they might be a portal. Seems like you're getting home. Patty, maybe a Constitution save.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
What did I do?
You ate mimic breakfast 2 hours ago.
Fuck! Oh,
you think I was gonna let that Chekhov's gun just stay unfired?
You do have to tell me if this has anything to do with being charmed because I roll advantage.
It doesn't.
Okay, sure. You said con save?
Con save.
I have a +3 to this. It's hiding. 11? Unless maybe, is there a donation?
There was actually $1,000 donation.
There was, and no reward was selected. Oh, wait. Indecisive Jawa, literally it says a few seconds ago, donated 40 for a +5.
Oh! Making that a 16.
Which does actually push it over the DC of 15 that I had in my head.
Let's go.
So congratulations, Patty. You're going to survive this thing. Something's still going to happen. But as you guys are waiting, watching for this demon that is now very involved with Miriam, I guess, inscribe these circles, Patty, you start to feel really, really nauseous. And after a moment, you start throwing up that delicious breakfast that you had a while ago.
Oh no, mimics are outside the mimic zone.
Mimics are outside the mimic zone. And as you start throwing up this breakfast, this disgusting mass starts to congeal and grow into a form that looks concerningly like Javis.
Javis! Oh, welcome back!
Javis. I forgot my own guy's name. Jess threw me for a loop by paying
That's my
money.
fault.
No,
That's my fault.
Javis.
There was a Javis in minor infraction.
There was a Javis in another campaign that I did, which I did on purpose because I thought it'd be funny, and now I'm mixing my own names. It congeals into the form of Javis. And Javis kind of looks at you and goes, well, that was unpleasant.
Being inside of me typically is.
I'm so tempted to say you guys just get away and we don't have to do a boss fight at this point, because I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Okay.
Also, what is my demon friend's name?
It hasn't been asked yet. Are you asking him?
I guess I'll wait till a better time because we did just find a boss just showed up.
It would be really funny if you just asked like now. But yeah, so this form of Javis kind of steps in front of the circle, and as the demon guy is drawing on the other side, Javis sort of steps in and just starts like messing up the other side of it with his foot, and the demon kind of looks at him, dude, what the hell? Don't mess it. Oh shit, wait, how the hell did you get out?
I think we probably need to kill that, right?
Do
We can't. If we can't let mimics take over hell or escape into our world, these are weird mimics. I don't want to have to deal with them.
Look,
Javis.
this is a
It's
situation
Javis.
in which I will be very upfront about the way that things operate in D&D games like this, especially one-shots, which are very loosely scripted. You guys don't have to do a boss fight right now. There's ways that you could definitely get out of it. I'm providing you the option for a boss fight. Hell, I'm tempted to make chat donate to vote on it. But there are ways out of this. I'm not going to force you or railroad you into a boss fight here. If you want to handle this another way, I will leave this up to your discretion.
I am certainly open to other options, but I am trying to impress my new. I'm sorry. What is your name?
Oh, me? Yeah, I kind of forgot. We never actually sort of went over that. My name is definitely not looking up a fantasy name generator. Give me a second here. That's demon names.
Oh, you're so pretty. I forgot my name.
Yeah, I'm
Just hold
so
on
pretty.
to
Yeah, that's this generator's horrible.
I can't tell her that's
it's
my
my
name.
name. It's Truthaloth.
It's what?
Truthaloth.
Trivaloth. That sounds
No,
like
it's
you.
Truthaloth.
Trivaloth.
Truthaloth.
Trutaloth. Oh dear.
It's
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, if we're gonna have a relationship, it would be kind of respectful of you to get it right. It's Truthaloth.
I will. Mortal tongue. It's very hard. Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, you can try it again. Like,
Matthew, you've shot through the door of the character into me. One of my biggest insecurities is getting people's names wrong.
yeah, and you paid
oh, God.
$100 to seduce this NPC.
This is payback. Truthaloth.
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 Trier.
Trier.
Thra.
Thra.
Loth.
Loth.
Truthaloth.
Trutaloth.
There we go. You see, we got there.
Truthaloth,
We got there. Yeah, it's not that hard.
And I'm Miriam. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to meet you too. My last name is Thegazan.
Is it a family name?
No,
Excellent.
it's
I assume you're
Truthaloth
okay with taking my
Thegazan.
last name?
No, no, I kind of like it. I have a history with this name personally. I've had this name for centuries.
No, that's fair. Truthaloth.
As this conversation is going on, what are the rest of you doing about Javis?
God.
Javis.
Watching.
looking longingly.
This episode is
might
just going to end with two distinct player NPC pairs making out, I fear.
I did not come into this thinking I was going to find love. But here we are.
Javis 2. Don't you feel out of place? Like you don't have anywhere belong? Everyone feels like that. Everyone feels like that.
Yeah. This place isn't very pleasant.
What if I told you? No, shut up. You gotta shut up, Patty. You've done enough today. You've done 2 arsons. You've done 2 arsons and you're trying to fuck the construct. Listen, Javis. There's just over that way. There's a whole area that's all Javis. Just Javis. All you gotta do is go over there and live there.
I was the turkey leg.
But I get the you don't seem like a guy who realizes what you've got, okay? You've got a place where you can feel like you can belong. You can make yourself a friend whenever you want it. You know how hard it is to make friends? Sometimes you start dressing in all black and acting cool just trying to make friends, and then you end up in hell with an arsonist and the busiest bitch in the land, and an elfin who's been probably fine.
Make me a... There's no such thing as a pity check in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. But that is the closest thing that I could possibly do. Just go ahead and make me a persuasion check. That's the closest thing I've got. This, I will say, the boss fight.
Are you sure this isn't intimidation?
Do you want it? You know what? The boss fight is. I'm gonna say this so openly. This is the one that will determine whether you guys do a boss fight or not. So go ahead, see where this goes. You guys might just get your way out of this one.
Mike, you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever right now.
Oh,
Mike's had many opportunities to do funny things and has taken all of them today.
Can Javis be persuaded to leave us alone with an 11?
I will insight check.
The dice?
There is not a heart of the dice yet. If somebody donates within the next 30 seconds, they can minus my insight check as Javis. So I will stall for another 30 to 45 seconds if somebody wants to heart of the dice minus, because that can apply to NPC checks as well.
I can make 45 seconds of crying noises.
Mike, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I'll call your bluff. Mike, make 45 seconds of crying noises. Go.
Oh, numbers are so hard. They're set in stone. So wouldn't it be so nice if you could pay real life dollars to make the number higher? And we didn't have to fight Javis. If we didn't have to fight Javis, everything would be fine. I'd live in hell. I could have a little condo in hell.
Do I have cash
I'll
around?
crash on Miriam and
All right, buddy, here's
Fear's
$1.
and until I find a place.
Someone did it fine.
Hey!
Paladin 170. Mike, I want you to know that specifically your crying noises just raised $40 for charity.
Yay!
There
Be
you
the
go.
change you want to be in the world.
There you go. All right, now watch me get a nat 20 here, because it is just a -5. I guess I should refresh the page again. Let's see if maybe we got more than one. No, we got that.
If
All
they
right.
donated and gave me a minus, that'd be the greatest thing of all.
They donated to give me. It is a minus, but it's to give me a minus on the inside.
I see.
What did you get?
I got an 11.
So this is funny. I also got an 11. And then the minus on top of that. So once again, pay to win Dungeons and Dragons absolutely strikes again. Grand Paladin 170, your donation to charity, did just minus the DM roll. So Javis kind of looks down at you, very unsettling, and both unsettled himself, and kind of goes, "To be honest, if this is what the human world is like, I have no desire to participate."
But Javis! But Javis, listen!
he turns to Patty and is like, Patty, you've been a good friend to me for these past approximately 2 hours. But I simply cannot deal with this tiny crying one anymore. Miriam, you seem annoying. Elfin, you've been fine, I suppose. And with that, Javis starts to melt down into a puddle of goop and slink back down, with the last thing melting into the liquid being his stunningly perfect ass.
Like Terminator, but instead of the thumbs up, it's just cake.
We both say like Terminator.
One brain cell. Get across the whole stream.
One brain cell
Can't
across
believe-
the entire stream.
I
All
just
five of
got
us.
friend zoned by a mimic.
No.
And with that final tragic few words, the form of Javis starts slinking back away. Some of the other demons kind of look around and go like, so, this kind of feels like a win for you guys, huh? Because you know, like, we still have to deal with this personally, so we're probably just going to grab more adventurers next time and put them through this whole thing again.
May I suggest?
Not us.
Yeah, not us. Get heroes. Heroic people will solve this shit for you for free.
Javis
Heroes
has
are
already
wonderful.
killed 18 of the best heroes in the land.
Davis! Wow, he had such a nice ass.
Weirdly, none of the other ones tried to seduce him, so maybe that actually put him in sort of in your favor? I don't know exactly.
Oh, get horny people next time. They'll solve everything.
Well, I mean, we are in hell, so most of them are already here.
It's unbelievable.
And with that, your demon boyfriend, or perhaps, you know, just sort of demon side piece, I don't know what you've got
hold
going
on.
on.
It depends on how well this first date goes. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Matthew.
Your demon lover, for now, finishes the summoning circle, and a portal opens up. You guys are free to step through.
We'll throw a rock through, just real quick. Just see what happens.
Smart.
Didn't you say the last place you were was your ex-wife's house?
Yeah. Just throw a rock.
You,
at my ex-wife.
you hear a slight scream as a rock hits your ex-wife in the head.
Yep, that's home. I'm staying.
Wait, you're staying?
This place is way better. There's that guy with the great ass that hasn't tried to murder me once. I've had this spell called Enthrall just in the backlog for a while. I could just romance any of these motherfuckers. I'm taking my chances. I'm staying.
All right. And in one of the wildest little raps we've had here, yeah, everyone, if you want to go through the portal, feel free to show where your characters end up.
Well, I mean, I have a date in hell, so I'm gonna stay with my new demon. So I'm also staying in hell. Actually.
Okay. 2 out of 4, just choosing to stay in hell willingly.
Yo, where are you gonna live? I've got the. Can I call the hospital? That thing's like a way bigger mimic. It's. Oh my god! Fucking Jet Rowling scared me. Jesus. Okay.
It's happened multiple
The
times.
worst person
with
that can be
games.
in your home.
Gosh. Oh Jesus.
Uh,
We'll be neighbors in hell.
Perfect.
I've been friend zoned, and so Patty looks longingly out at the hellish horizon, thinking about what could have been, and then goes home
And then
Goes home to the mud puddle
to the mud puddle.
with the memory of Javis forever burned into the back of your head until the mimic runs out of sustenance and probably consumes your organic matter like a symbiote.
Ugh.
And what becomes of poor Shiv?
Oh, Shiv's through that fucking portal immediately. Immediately. Before anyone of the other epics even could get out. She gets back to, a fairly typical looking bedroom. There's clothes thrown across the floor. Immediately before this, she was clearly experimenting with looks and styles. She looks to her desk, takes the lemonade with approximately 1 sip taken from it, and disposes of the drinks that she got from the Panera's box down the road. Clearly, this is how she ended up in hell.
And with that, I think there's no better way to end this than to zoom out, peacefully on Shiv's perspective, as all of this sort of turned out to be a PSA about being yourself and not trying to be too cool in the face of danger.
And don't drink the lemonade that kills you.
And don't drink the death lemonade from Panera. And with that, one of the wildest turn shifts in D&Dorks history, but that is exactly, I think, what these especially unscripted charity one-shots are about. We have raised, let me refresh to make sure we're at a final total here. Everybody, in this one stream alone, we raised over $2,217 for the Heart Foundation. My target for the whole month was $5,000, and this is the first of 4 streams. So that's wild. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. This went way, 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 way better than I was expecting it to. And we have much more to go. So, a couple announcements just about future stuff. First off, if you caught only a part of this episode and want to know how on earth we got to this absolutely batshit insane ending, this will go up on our YouTube, on our VODs channel. Well, I mean, it's not really a VODs channel. I guess it's just the main channel at this point, which is just at the D&Dorks. It is not Sir Superhero. We host these lives on my Twitch, but then at the D&Dorks is our YouTube. That is also where you can find our main series, where we put a lot more production value and a lot more sort of cohesive, not bit narrative into things. Don't worry, there's a lot of good chaos as well. But it is a little bit more cohesive than this. So if you like superhero stuff, go watch our currently airing series Power Play with new episodes coming out every Wednesday. If you want to see some more fantasy stuff, you can go watch the last series that we aired, which was Tales from Kazlor. Both of those are fully self-contained. And then there's lots of other stuff that you can go back and watch as well. If you want more lives, we are going to be doing another Hearts of Horror special every Friday in October. It's going to be a different concept each time. It's going to have a slightly different cast. The scheduling of this is not 100% worked out yet, but I believe that Jess might actually be DMing one of those. And they will be a little bit different tonally as well. This was obviously starting off with a very sort of horror comedy oriented one, but the last one is going to be a bit more serious. I personally really want to do a slasher themed D&D one shot, so that's definitely something that you're going to see at some point in the coming weeks. Lots of fun stuff. And hopefully lots more money raised for charity. So be sure to tune into those. Again, those will be same time, same place, every Friday in October. Thank you so much to the audience for watching. Thank you so much to the cast for joining us. Huge thank you especially to Finn for being our sort of celebrity guest for this one. If anyone missed this was Finn's first time playing D&D. He did very well. Finn, did you enjoy your first time?
Hell yeah, that was fun as hell. That was way better than I thought it would be. That was sweet.
I am very glad to hear it. I am very, very, very glad to hear it. It's been so long since I've done one of these live. Other cast members, is there anything else I need to plug/say before we wrap up? That's a genuine question.
If you want more of the D&Dorks, you can check out our campaign currently running on youtube.com/the D&Dorks. It's Power Play. It's in a different system than D&D, but it's a fun superhero campaign that is literally exactly in our DM's wheelhouse. It's our first campaign we have fully pre-recorded, so with that has come some extra production value that we are super excited for you to see.
Yes.
So please check that out. Episode 1 is up on YouTube right now.
Episode 2 is as well. The first 2 episodes are up. Episode 3 is going to be airing this Wednesday. Episode 3 is a little bit of a spooky one too, so more Halloween vibes there.
Wow.
Go check that out. Like I said, it's very self-contained, very easy to catch up on since only 2 episodes are out. So we hope some of you are going to check that out. We hope everybody will tune in next week for the next Hearts of Horror special. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for donating, and we will see you all later. Have a good rest of your night.
Bye.
Bye.